everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of the ShutterBugs Podcast, the show where three toy photographers talk about everything and anything geeky. My name is Finn, and I am joined by my co-hosts, Aiden.
Hey.
And Alex.
Hey, you already know who it is.
Hey, it's good to see you guys. How are you guys doing tonight?
Hey, I'm dope. I'm dope right now.
And I am amazing as well. Good Saturday.
Great. It's been a good Saturday so far. I'm not working. I'm really excited to dive into this episode with you guys. You guys ready?
Definitely.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get into our pickups. Who wants to go first?
I think you can go first, Finn.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go first. Pickups and binges is our next section where we talk about everything that we've gotten this week, toy related, anything like that, and all the stuff we've binged. So all the shows we've watched, all the movies we've seen, all the comics we've read, that kind of stuff. And I have a lot of toys recently, so I'm excited to get into these. The first thing I picked up was the Marvel Legends Miles Morales Spider-Man figure. And so that's the one from the Amazing Spider-Man 1 movie wave that had like the lizard and the really crappy Amazing Spider-Man suit figure and all that stuff. It was really fun. It came with like a web shield. But basically, I bought this figure back then in like 2012, and it was one of the first Legends I ever got. It was when Legends were still $15, which is crazy to think about. That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, back in the day. Oh my goodness. But so I already had this guy, and I found him again for like $3 at the store that I used to work at that's kind of near where I live. It's called like the Exchange, and basically they sell like movies, video games, records, CDs, toys, that kind of stuff, comics, like all this stuff. It just crammed into the small store. And so they had this guy and a bunch of other figures that I'm going to get to in a second, and he was marked down to like $3 loose. He didn't come with anything, but I mean, I already had all the other stuff, so I got him, and it's really sweet. The legs suck. Like, it's the old, like, are they T-joints where you have to like move the thing, or are they Y joints?
I hate those so much. I hate those burning passion.
Yeah, they're trash. I think they're Y joints if I remember correctly.
I don't know what they are. Just trash.
It's like that, and then like the ab crunch is terrible. You can't move up his head at all. Like you can't even move it barely. It's basically just a static. But it's a sweet figure. I mean, I really like the eyes. Like I think it looks fine. It just has like a weird hunch. But I mean, for $3, you can't really complain. And then when I was also there, I found some Black Series Stormtroopers from the First Order. This was like a week later, but I mean, I found them. So some Stormtroopers, they had like the Rey, the Kylo, the Poe Dameron, BB-8, all that stuff, and they were all like $5. But I picked up these two guys for $5 each, and honestly, like you can never go wrong with Stormtroopers. You can never have too many Stormtroopers.
True that.
Seriously.
Yep.
So I had two to begin with. I had two, and then I had the Flame Trooper, and now I had to have two more random Stormtrooper. They came with their guns and stuff, but yeah, $5
Are
each.
these? Wait, which Stormtroopers are these? First Order or Imperial?
So they are the First Order ones. If they were the normal ones, oh my goodness, I love the First Order ones, but like, dude, the original ones,
trilogy figures were much better in my opinion than the First Order figures.
Oh, for sure. Well, it's also like the problem with the First Order one is that they're so much more limited in articulation too. Like they don't even have double jointed elbows. You know what I mean? Like the helmets don't barely move as much as the old ones do. And honestly, I'm kind of happy. Like, if I had to pick one to have the good articulation, I'd much rather have it be the original trilogy figures, just because I like the original trilogy more.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think that the paint is all right on them. I mean, they're $5 each, so I can't complain at all. But they're cool. I already had the Rey and stuff.
I've always liked the design of the First Order troopers. I just wish that Black Series made the figures better, because I there's a part of me that does like the First Order design a little bit better as far as the helmets are concerned, and the original trilogy design. But yeah,
I feel I think I actually like the original trilogy ones more. I think like the Stormtrooper helmet, dude, is like oh my gosh, I love the helmet design. I think the First Order one, like a lot of people like it and stuff, and I think it's great. It took me a while to get over the fact that it looked kind of like a duck. You know what I mean? Like had like the duck's bill and stuff. It was all
I'm never gonna be able to unsee that,
dude. That when I first saw that, when like the first trailer came out or whatever, I was like, what is this? Like, oh my goodness, it's crazy. But I do love the First Order designs, and I love Kylo Ren's design and stuff. But I already had all those other figures from that wave, so I just picked up those guys. And then another thing that I found, so I have like a couple more things. But so they had a bunch of us like random loose figures, and apparently like this was like 2 weeks after the Stormtroopers, but when somebody had dropped off like a bunch of Batman figures, they had a bunch of the Mattel Dark Knight Rises Movie Masters figures, along with some like Dark Knight ones. And so the first one I got, it was like $2. It was the Officer Blake, so like Robin or whatever from Dark Knight Rises.
Such a strange character.
He's so ugly. Like the body is fine. The articulation's like Mattel, so it's kind of trash. But like his head is like so plain. Like he looks like Woody without the hat, and it's boring.
Yeah.
Like it's not the pinnacle of head sculpts. You know what I mean?
I totally see it now. Now that you said he looks like Woody, I can't
unsee little bit, right? A little bit. But
that's hilarious.
It's not a bad figure. Like, I mean, $2. I mean, take my money. But I bought him because he's a police. He's in a police uniform, and so I'm like, well, if I'm army building people, what would be great would be a police officer. And so I just got a random police officer, just to like look good with like thugs and stuff like that. Like, it looks really sweet. So I got that. And then I also found a Ra's al Ghul figure, which again, it's supposed to be Liam Neeson.
Supposed to, the key word there.
Supposed to.
Aiden's right. Supposed to be is the key phrase.
Exactly.
He looks like a creeper with like a weird goatee. It's like weird. It's weird, but hear me out. He was like $3, and he's wearing a suit. So hey, now I have 3 suited figures. I had the Coulson, I have the Chameleon, and now I have weird Liam Neeson. And so I mean, for $3 you get a new suited figure. I am not mad at that at all.
You could use the head as a meth addict on another body or something.
Oh man, exactly. You're giving me ideas right now. I actually have a shot I was working on that I finished where it's like Daredevil. This was like a week ago, but I have like Daredevil beating up some Hydra goons, and then I had I had him like sitting down in the back somewhere, and then I had like the Officer Blake being like stop, but it cutout looks. If you guys remember what I'm talking about, that was the where I had like the cutout like go over his face.
I saw that.
Put like the toothpick because there was no. It was out in the open, so there's nowhere for me to put the cutout.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
They're awful sometimes.
It looks kind of trash. Like the actual, it was supposed to be like paneled, but like the panels look kind of trash. So I think I'm just gonna go with like the actual photo of Daredevil trying to beat up the guy. So that'll look cool. It's like a Hydra soldier. But then the last movie Masters figure I found, and these are like a week apart. So like every single figure is like I did not just go there and find all this stuff. Like I keep going like a couple times a week. And then this last time I found someone turned in like a bunch of like the what was it? The DC Collectibles Arkham Knight series stuff. So they had and Arkham City stuff. So they had like the oh my gosh, what's the Anarchy? Is that his name? The arson guy who has like Molotov.
I think so.
He's that character. That figure was sweet, but it was like $15, so I passed on it. And they had like the Ra's al Ghul's. They had like the 2-pack of like the original Dark Knight one, where it's like Heath Ledger's Joker, who it's so plain. Like Heath Ledger's Joker figure in that is so it's like they just run like a color wheel and just like picked like the most boring colors ever.
Right.
And it's so ugly. They had that stuff, but I found something cool. They had a Joker goon from that line.
Yeah.
It was like this one was more expensive. This one was like $8 because they had like it was the Joker mask. They had like the weird like little mohawk.
I have that figure as well. Yeah.
Dude, he's sick. And you I mean it was like $8, but it was worth it. Another suited body that I can use. And you commented on like my story when I posted it that like his head is impossible to remove.
Yeah.
What was your experience with trying to remove his head? Like what was going on?
Okay, so like I heated it up and I was like doing it, and like if you look up in it, the ball peg is like so small, it's unreal. Jeez. It's like it's so weird. So I kept like trying, and I was eventually like, you know what? I'm just gonna use him as a Joker goon because there's no way I'm getting this off without it like snapping or something.
Dude, that happens. I had a Do you know the Red Skull like face-off figure I had? I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but it's like the one where he's like in the blue suit.
Yeah.
I have not seen that one.
Okay, so it's really weird. I got this from a friend named Keith, who lives in like Florida. But he's like, it's a face-off Red Skull, but he's in this like weird spiky like blue like suit of armor, and he has like a weird yelling face.
What comic was that based off of?
Dude, it's so ugly, and his head is so small, and it has like the worst Toy Biz like proportions ever. But basically, I was like, okay, I want to use this head. I want to see if I can like fit this head on a different body, so I can have an actual like Red Skull. And when I was trying to remove it, like it just the peg just snapped in half, and I was so bummed because it's such an ugly figure, and I love having. I love messing around with it, but it was a bummer. Okay, so yeah, enough of freaking Mattel figures because I'm I'm sick of Mattel. I do not like Mattel.
I don't like them either. They could be so much better than they are, but it's just trash. It's just trash. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the only Mattel figures are just for props for WWE. That's it. Trash can.
The new ones, the new DC figures aren't looking too bad. Like the one with like the Batwoman.
Oh, the new line that's coming out? Yeah.
Like those are cool. I mean, wow, it's the first time they've updated their articulation in like 8 years. So
right. Yeah, the Black Manta that just recently came out is kind of cool. I kind of want to pick that up. Although I'm not the biggest Aquaman person, you know, I'm more Namor on the side of Atlantis Kings, but you know.
Dude, that Black Manta head sculpt is so I like that look of Black Manta where it's like the two eyes.
Yeah.
And it has like the black all around. Because I don't like when it's like black suit and then like pure silver head.
Right,
it's so boring. Okay. But the last thing I picked up, I got this thing a little bit ago, but I got it from my good friend on Instagram, D Amazing. He hooked it up for retail. What'd you say?
I said never heard of him before.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Dude, I'm serious. And you guys, we'll put his link in the description, but he always has sales and stuff on imports. Like they're almost always retail, which is good because this figure goes for like $150 and I got it for $80.
Bro.
I mean, I'd saved up for a while from like senior photo shoots and stuff like this, so I was like really excited to get this guy, and it is the Revoltech Carnage, and I'm so excited.
I kind of hate you a little bit because you have it, and I've seen pictures that you've taken with it. I like low-key hate you, but I'm kind of hypocritical because of what I just got recently.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't you even talk, man. You just
can't talk at all.
I feel bad for Aiden over here. He's got nothing.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, seriously. But so
relationships.
Pretty much. So it's the Revoltech Carnage figure. But yeah, Alex, you're not allowed to talk based on what you got, which we're gonna talk about later today, because I mean, mine is pretty sweet, but yours is legendary. Yeah, for real. But, I've been taking a lot of photos with this guy. I mean, my favorite figure probably of all time is the Revoltech Spider-Man, and then I also have the Venom, and so it's like they all just work so well together. I'm having a blast taking like maximum carnage shots and stuff like that, like separation anxiety photos. Like it's so sweet. Oh my goodness. I posted a picture that got like over 900 likes, which is crazy, on Instagram, where it's like him like bending down over Spider-Man with like his just like screaming at him pretty much. Do you guys know what photo I'm talking about?
That was just gorgeous, man.
Thank you. Yeah. Wow. Thank you. I should bring up my photos more often. No, I'm just kidding. I appreciate it.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, okay, keep going. No, but yeah, he's incredible. And the range of motion is just insane. It's insanity. Like I've ran into a couple problems, and they're very minor. Like, so one of the things which is nice, his wrist pegs are all the same for all the axes, for all the so I have like 10 of his wrist pegs. So if one of them breaks, it's not to worry because I have the exact same one in like 10 different times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the problem is they're already in all of the axes and stuff. So what would be nice if it like just came with a bunch of spares and they were all just like sockets that I could plug the wrist pegs into. But since they're already in there, I have to I can't remove them from like the wrist because they're like really hard to remove on his wrists. But it comes with this plastic tool that's like a hook that you can like help pull out the stuff, and it's already really hard to pull out the pegs. But then like if you do it the wrong way, it starts to like stress the plastic of the hook thing. And so it's like really difficult. So I feel like it's almost like limiting the stuff the shots that I'm taking by a tiny bit, just because like I don't want to go through all that trouble.
Right. I feel you.
Just so I can have two axes.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes Adam Smith in the group has gotten on me for not switching goon heads, and I'm like, yeah, but sometimes I gotta heat them up, and I'm really lazy.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel that. You do a good job of like you have so many different bodies for the goons that it's like, I mean, it's rare that you're ever just like, oh, it's this guy again. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've used the suit guy, the one chameleon that I have like 800 times, but everybody else I try to alternate because I'm like slightly OCD with my pictures, but nothing else. So.
Sure. No, I feel that. But actually, if you guys know Jay Energon, I think on Instagram, he was selling so many figures these last couple days. He sold like 2 Shield agents and an SH Figure Arts Age of Ultron cap or whatever for like $40.
Bro.
And then he sold like 2 like a chameleon and a Coulson and a Nick Fury for like 20 something.
Oh my god, I'm so done.
I know. Oh, and then you saw like if I was there, if I was there and saw that when it wasn't bought, like, do you see the comments? There's like 10 that are like claim.
Yeah, yeah,
bro, it's already sold. Like,
there was like a guy just like that in a Mezco group who was like local only, and he had like the Mezco Punishers going for like $60 and like $70, and like all the Mezcos, and it was local only, and like no one lived by him, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, you can't just ship, dude! Like, what the hell?"
Pay $40 for shipping.
Yeah, seriously, I will pay you to ship. Like, I will send money in an envelope.
Exactly.
I gotcha.
Like, such good. I will drive there.
Oh, bro, I don't care if you live in freaking Iran. I'm flying there to get those mezcos. Not that there's anything wrong with living there. I bet you that's an awesome place. I was just thinking the first place that came to mind. But either way, Revoltech Carnage. This is one of the, like, it's so much fun, and it's just crazy. Like, I love the eyes. The eyes are so big and wide, and that's how I like them. You know what I mean? But then he also has like the mean, like, thin eyes that are really really sweet. The one eyes that I never catch myself using. They have the same ones with Venom, where it's like one is like closed and one is open, so it's like he's kind of like going like, huh?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, Deadpool. I don't think that works for anybody else. You know?
Yeah, really. I don't want Venom, dude. Like, it doesn't look cool. So I wish that's one of my problems with Venom is that they came with 2 eye options. One of them was his normal eyes, and the other one was that. And I've never used that. Like, why? It doesn't even look good.
It's too silly for such a serious murderer character.
Yeah.
I know he jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like really sadistic, but it's too silly. It looks like a cartoon almost.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Carnage is cracking jokes. I mean, he's like, but it's like sadistically scary when he makes jokes. Like, he's not just like, oh, dude, Carnage is hilarious.
Right.
Nobody reads like Carnage USA and is like, man, dude, Carnage and Deadpool should like
nobody.
It's so dumb. Like that really makes me mad. But either way, I give all these figures except for the Miles Morales. I'll give him like 2 FPS, but I'll give all these other ones like 5 FPS for like 5 frames per second, just because they're so awesome. I mean, especially the Joker Goon and the Revoltech. Like, everything else is between like the 3 to 4 range. But and if you guys didn't know our rating system, it's like 5 stars, but instead of stars, it's frames per second. Does that make sense?
Right. Corny but effective is my motto.
Very effective, because I love it. But yeah, so I'll give the Joker Goon and Carnage both 5, and then I'll give everyone else between like 2 to 4 stars. FPS, frames per second.
Getting the rating.
I mean, it was my fault because I just said it's stars. I screwed myself over. But yeah, last thing I got, I'll be really quick, is for my binges, I've been reading the Amazing Spider-Man run. It's by Nick Spencer, and then Ryan Otley did the art for the first 5 issues, and then Humberto Ramos did the art for the next 5, so like the last 2 issues that are already out. Ramos is one of my favorite comic artists, period, and so it's really, dude, it's so, I mean, the way he draws human faces is all right, but the way he draws like masked characters and Spider-Man and stuff it's incredible. And so having him on the covers and in the actual interior art feels like it's reminiscent of like the 2014 or whatever run that Dan Slott did after Superior, and it's really awesome, and I love it. The only person I think is as good to me is like Ryan Stegman. Like, Ryan Stegman is incredible. He did like a lot of the Superior artwork, especially like the first 5 issues. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I think so. It's been a long time since I read the Superior stuff, so
that's one of my favorite runs ever. Oh my goodness! Later on, I'm gonna send you guys some images. Like, it's incredible. But yeah, so the book basically is following around Peter Parker, Spider-Man, after Secret Empire and stuff like that, and after what does this take place after? Either way, I'm trying to remember the timeline right now, but it takes place like during Secret Empire, after Secret Empire. It's really good. It's basically back to basics Peter Parker. It's after the Spider-Man worldwide stuff. And so it's basically him back with Mary Jane, back like living in an apartment, struggling for rent money kind of thing. His roommates are Randy Robertson, he went to high school with, and then he's roommate with the supervillain Boomerang, which is super crazy. And it's like the Boomerang like civilian identity. So basically, like he doesn't know that Peter Parker's Spider-Man. Nobody does, but like Spider-Man knows that he's Boomerang kind of thing. And it's like he's famous because he like got in good with the Kingpin after Secret Empire, and so he's like a good guy now. It's crazy, but it's super good. Basically, these last 2 issues have been like Boomerang takes Peter Parker to this bar, for supervillains called like The Bar with No Name. And basically what happens is that he knows Peter Parker was a photographer for Spider-Man. And so they do like Spider-Man trivia night. And Peter Parker like gets all the questions right while the Kingpin puts out like a dollar amount on Boomerang's head to have him killed. And so they all turn on them. And it's bananas. It's so good. But yeah, 5 FPS for this book. Like it's my favorite book out right now that I'm reading. I'm only reading a couple others, but I mean, I read Spider-Geddon issues 0 and 1, and I really like that as well. But yeah, it's really awesome. Yeah, so I rambled on long enough. Who wants to talk next?
I think I'll go next because mine is so short in comparison.
I'm so sorry. Well, it's like a lot of stuff. So get in there, bro.
Yeah. So if you follow me on Instagram at Alex N. Richardson, a couple weeks ago, I picked up the NECA 1990 Pennywise, which is a fantastic figure, in my opinion. You know, if you know me, I like really creepy looking characters, and I especially like them when I can just use them as like normal people. Like, hey, he just looks like a clown. You know, the 2017 version, I think he looks more like a creepy mythical beast. So just having him as just a clown, I think that's creepier in my opinion because it's more real. You know, the realer it is, the creepier it is to me. So I had a lot of fun with that figure. I took about, I think it was about 4 photos with him. I really enjoyed taking those. I got the opportunity to be very bizarre just for no reason other than, hey, why not?
Wait. 4 photos you posted, buddy. We all know you took way more than 4 photos.
Big facts. Right. Alex, don't you like take them that day and then like post them like, and is that how you do your thing?
Yeah, I post them. I post them the day I took them, pretty much. So yeah, I took it the day I posted. So.
That's crazy because like I mean everyone does it their own way. How I do it is I have like probably over 1,000 photos in my backlog in my phone right now ready to post just because it's like I do a lot of simple shots, like simple setups. You know what I mean? Like here's background, figure, work on the actual camera settings, that kind of stuff. That it's like I have so much, but like I'm also doing it off a camera. But that's kind of one of the benefits of doing it on your phone. Like you post a behind the scenes, and then 6 hours later it's up.
Right? Yeah.
That is really sick.
Yeah. For me, I'm burnt out after one photo for some reason. A lot of times, it just takes out of me. Depending on what it is, like if it's a whole bunch of civilians sitting somewhere, you know, I feel like they fell down too many times where I'm just frustrated at that point. So a lot of times a day I just stop at 1. I pretty much do them every day. So, but yeah, I pretty much only took those 4 photos actually, Aiden.
Yeah.
I wanted
that's crazy. Surprise. That's like, I never do that.
Yeah. I'm an oddball when it comes to some of this stuff, but, so yeah, I got that a couple weeks ago. And then I hardly pick up things regularly, so there was like nothing after that. But then
my ears are tuned out right now because I know what you're gonna say. I'm not even. Nope.
Yeah, hey, Aiden, let's go have our own call just for out of
exactly.
jealousy.
Wow, the hate, the jealousy, the jealousy. But I got my holy grail, the Mezco 112 Collective Punisher, the original one. A friend of mine hooked me up. He helped me get one. He found a really good deal, and I was super stoked. I've been wanting that figure since it came out. I'm a huge Punisher fan. I'm a huge street characters type of person. You know, if you followed me for a while, you've seen my Bullseye stuff. So people pretty much know that I'm a street level characters person. So I've wanted that figure for so long, and when I finally got it, I haven't been super happy with the photos I posted with him yet. But yeah, I
don't sell yourself short. That bullet one, like tossing of the bullets.
Okay, how did you do that? I still don't know how you did that. Was that like
plastic, right?
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it was plastic. There was like a little group of bullets that came with cable. I think it was. I think that's who it came with, and I cut them off of that. And I double-sided taped them to a piece of clear plastic. And I made sure that I cropped out the top of the plastic where I cut it, because that's where you could mostly see the piece of plastic. But once I cropped that out, it was hard to sort of see the plastic holding up the bullets in that photo. You can,
magician.
I mean, and here's a little tip for anyone who's looking to like do stuff like that. Like I posted a video of this shot I was doing today with Bullseye throwing a card at Daredevil, and there's this like long strip of plastic holding it there. Honestly, if you just buy a Marvel Legend, that whole front plastic thing, like the covering of the character, perfect for that kind of stuff. Like it's durable. It's not too thick. You can't cut through it with like basic scissors. Like I cut through it with like kid paper scissors. You know what I mean? And it works perfectly, and it's super clear. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I'd like to say that's why I keep all my boxes, but
what's weird is I keep them for that, but I also just keep them because look, I got the Jugwave Wolverine. I want to save this box.
Exactly.
You know, I'm weird
that's
like
what
that.
I do.
It's actually hilarious today. So I had, if you guys saw my Instagram a while ago, I'm gonna keep saying that. I posted that photo of like 3 towers of boxes that I had. Like I got rid of 5 garbage bags full of them, like crushed. Like I stomped on all of them, so they were crushed in there. And then I only had a couple left. And the one that I used today was the Juggernaut Wolverine box.
What are
crazy?
Wow,
that's crazy.
Wow. But yeah. So I got that. I'm hoping to do another shot with plastic like that. I guess I'll share it with you guys. I'm thinking of doing a shot where he's getting shot at. And I'm kind of thinking I might want to stick some bullets on some streaks of plastic, almost like they're coming at him. Some are missing, maybe some are hitting his vest and stuff like that, like he's screaming. That's the sort of idea I have. I probably just jinxed it now that I've said it out loud.
Yeah, I think I'm going to steal that, man. I think I'm going to steal that one.
Real quick, I'm just going to log off and just shoot it real fast and post it.
For sure.
But yeah, I'm loving that Punisher figure. It looks, the camera does not do that thing justice. It looks so gorgeous in person. The eyes, they have a wonderful gloss to them where it looks real. Even the screaming head, his mouth is open. It looks like the inside of his mouth is actually wet, which sounds really creepy. But
yeah, pause that.
Putting his finger in there and trying to like touch it, and he's like, "It's not damp." What?
If you can fit his
taking like a little cloth, and he's like trying to like dab at it and like wipe it off.
Right. I'm just sitting in a corner, just doing that, like, isn't it wet? Yeah, but I got those 2 figures, and like I said, it wasn't much. As far as my binges, I've told you guys this before, but not on the podcast. I've just started reading the Hellboy comics recently. I haven't read any of the comics before. I never even watched any of the movies. I don't know why, to be perfectly honest, but I just started reading it. It seems interesting right now. I haven't gotten to any bits of action or anything yet. It's all just kind of, the beginning of it. I kind of made it to. Since I got the Mezco Punisher, I've been reading Garth Ennis's run on Marvel Knights Punisher and Punisher Max. I love those. I've read both of them like 10 times each already. So yeah, it's been fun rereading those because if you follow me on Instagram, I've said that like 12 times already, but if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I like to write out stories and stuff.
I was about to say every post you have is like at least a paragraph long. You better bring your reader glasses because you're going to be sitting there for a little bit.
Yeah, so I've backed off on that a lot more recently. When I first started to get slightly decent at photos, it was like every single one of them was a story. But then when the photos started getting better, I felt like they needed less of that.
Okay, but this is the funniest thing, is when I asked you for a caption for my photo, you literally replied with your caption when all of yours are like paragraphs long, and I was like, okay, Alex.
Alex has written a book, like the Punisher War Journal entry, like it's lit. I have to scroll, it covers my whole screen. Like I have an iPhone 8, bro. This thing is small, and it covers my entire screen. But then I'm like, caption, and you're just like whatever. It was 2 words. I was like,
yes, that'll do.
I thought you were thinking in terms of, I need like a title for this photo type of caption.
Yeah. It was just hilarious.
I like quick, like snappy. I mean, although if you're trying, I've done that. Like I've done long quotes, or like if you're trying to tell a story with a photo, then by all means use like the long format.
Yeah.
But like if you're just trying to throw up a photo and don't know what to title it, then like
right. That's what I thought Aiden was saying in the group.
No, yeah.
So that's why I did like a 3-letter thing.
That is so funny.
That's so funny. Okay.
Yeah, but so I've been reading the Punisher stuff, and I I meant to go read the Spider-Man stuff that you were talking about, Finn. I don't read a whole lot of modern stuff when it comes to Marvel and DC because, I think they've fallen off. My favorite era was the Joe Quesada, Civil War and Dark Reign and Dark Avengers. That was my favorite era.
That era is so, oh my goodness. Dark Reign and then Siege and stuff. Yeah. The one event I didn't really like is I don't really like Fear itself very much.
I wasn't big on that either.
Some people love Fear itself. Like it's like their freaking Bible. I don't really care about Asgard very much. Like I love Thor and that kind of stuff, but it's not really my favorite. And I totally agree with you. Like that's like around, I mean, one of my favorite runs ever is like Dan Slott's run and then Superior Spider-Man. And then I'm also a huge fan of like, other stuff like that. But I think that the standout right now has been Secret Empire, which was recently, like a year ago. And then the Spider-Man run right now is incredible. And then the Avengers run is really good too.
Okay, yeah, I have to catch up on some stuff. I've kind of fallen off. I've read more modern comics. Like this isn't even in my binges, but stuff like Killer Be Killed. I think that was an Image thing. That was written by Ed Brubaker. Brubaker was the one that
awesome. He wrote Captain America, right?
Yeah, he was the one that introduced Winter Soldier into stuff. I love Brubaker's stuff. Brubaker.
Did he write when Captain America died, Death of Captain America and all that stuff afterwards?
I don't remember. He may have. I don't remember.
He's really awesome. I love Brubaker. He's awesome.
Yeah, but he wrote Killer Be Killed, which was a really great story. We can talk about that later on, but I really enjoyed that story. But that's probably it for my pickups and binges. Like I said, I don't really pick up stuff that often because I'm living that broke life. So,
well, like I said, this has been over the span of like a month or a month and a half. Like, I mean, I didn't even talk about the Legends Doc Ock or the Legends thing that I picked up. Like, I mean,
right?
Yeah,
I'm not trying to flex, bruh. Listen to me. I'm not trying to flex. I mean, out of all this stuff besides the Carnage that I paid for literally a month ago, like I've spent maybe like $30 on all this stuff. Like it's a lot of deals and stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I need to move to where you are at. If they got $3 stuff, that's my whole budget right there.
Yeah, it's rare. It's so. I mean, it's I spend so much time just driving around, going to new places, and just like coming up with nothing.
Right.
It sucks.
I feel you on that. But Aiden, did you want to get into your stuff?
Okay. Yeah. So I talked to you guys about this, but I'll kind of recite it. Marvel Legend wise, I picked up the Thing like a lot of collectors did, like Finn did as well, which is an awesome figure for sure. Then I also got my pre-order in from Entertainment Earth, which was the Archangel, which again is an amazing figure, especially since I didn't get the first run.
He looks incredible.
I want that so bad.
That I know they use it on Adam Warlock, but like the colors of like his face sculpt and stuff, are so sweet.
Yeah. I'm a really big fan of that figure. So yeah, and then like I told you guys, I kind of went a little crazy in the Mayfex category, and I picked up a lot of the Batman line, and I did a photo with I think my favorite out of all the figures I got, which was the Mayfex 3.0 Batman, which is like the Dark Knight kind of suit based off of. And I love that figure. He photographs amazing, and like the sculpt and just everything makes me like geek out over that figure. And Mayfex is still kind of working with their QC issues, like the ankle is a little loose, but like it's nothing at all that kills the quality of the figure. The same with the Joker and Bane and everyone. So
nothing like the old one that like the arm kept falling off.
Yes, exactly.
Or the breakage.
Yeah, and the nice thing also is some of like I think the best part of it is like the suited body. So Scarecrow so far and the Bank Robber Joker, when the arms come off and like that kind of thing, and you can remove like the vest and stuff, it allows a lot more like kit bashing to like occur and like painting and like if it's kind of removable. But like for figures like Batman Joker, it's just a pain if like everything falls off. So luckily they haven't like really tightened down on their issues with that, which is super cool. And then now Mayfex is experimenting, which kind of I like it, but I also don't, because it means you need to get more figures with these interchangeable parts for other figures, like the Bruce Wayne off of the Dark Knight series that drops like in March, I believe. He comes with like the Batman Begins like masked head for the Batman Begins figure, like in the beginning of the movie when he's wearing the hockey, like the ski mask type thing. And then he also comes with like when in the Dark Knight, like when he's in Hong Kong about to jump off the building, like he comes with like the pieces that goes on his belt and like that just chest piece without the cape. So like they're just like packing in all these accessories that like go with other figures to make them better. So again, like I like how amazing and dynamic and like all the options you have, but it's kind of a pain that one Mafex is expensive, which means you have to get more figures and spend more money. But yeah, so that was Mafex. And then this week, I didn't pick up much. I picked up the Crossbones Captain America 2-pack, which is an amazing 2-pack. The Chris Evans head sculpt is much better than they've ever done.
I want that Crossbones really bad. Like,
I
don't care about the cap.
I love. Yeah, I don't really care about the cap. I'm just happy I have a sort of MCU one now in my collection. And then the Crossbones, I wanted one for kind of, I was hoping maybe Punisher kit bashes, but who knows? That head looks pretty good. And like a lot of the armor pieces you can use on goons and stuff. And then just the Crossbones figure in general for Crossbones looks great as well.
Yeah, I really wish he was single packed. I'm kind of angry that he's 2-pack.
Yeah, for sure.
I passed up on the Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good, Finn.
I was walking through Target one day. This was like a couple weeks ago, and I was so broke. Like money's very scarce, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna be serious. And I found the 2-pack. It was on clearance for $25, and I had to pass on it. I was so
that's
I was so hurt. I was so hurt. But I was like, I'm gonna be paying $25 for a figure, the cap that I'm never gonna use. And then a figure that like I don't need MCU figures. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about the Winter Soldier and Falcon 2-pack because I want that Winter Soldier. You know, I saw Adam Smith's little kit bash of him. He put it like a month ago or something. I was like, yo, I need that figure now.
Yeah.
For real. I just want Falcon wings for my Falcon cap. That's all I care about. I don't care about musty Falcon. I just want his wings.
Well, I had like both the original releases of those figures, and I was like, do I really want to pay to get them again?
Right.
And like, I know the face printing technology and everything's so much better, but I'm like, do I really need to get them again?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last thing I got, which I got yesterday, as you guys know, 796 Studios, I believe one of you guys are mentioning him in a photo when we get to the end. But he's an awesome dude in the Discords and just in ACBA in general. And he actually, after I was talking on the Discord, Alex or Finn, you probably remember, but I was talking about flight stands. And like Poncho and everyone, we were talking about when Boog was gonna like put one on the website, and he said later this year they were dropping, and I was like, yeah, okay, because like every time I try to go with hangers, I can't find wire hangers anywhere,
Cleaners,
and like
bro.
the wire hangers I find are like these really freaking huge ones with like velvet around them. That's like impossible to take apart. So I'm like, yeah, not gonna happen. And then I tried with like flagpoles, and let's just say nothing worked at all.
Wait,
it was like not like poles, but like like the stuff you wave around on 4th of July, like the little flags.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was
and
like,
that wasn't working.
Yeah, bro, this is real life ACBA. What the heck?
No, yeah. So I was, and then he was kind enough to send me actually on a story, which I didn't even see until he sent it. That he made a run of about like 6 or 7 flight stands of all different sizes, super tall to super short. And so I bought a pack of those from him yesterday, and those shipped out today. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, I'm seeing those right now on his.
Yeah, they're super nice.
They're like $20.
I'm super excited. Yeah, you get like $20 for like 6, and I was like, that's actually not a bad deal, especially because on the ACBA website you get that kind of deal too. And they look, I mean, people kind of make them shoddy because like they need to, and they still work, but his look really durable and stuff. And I was like, definitely want to pick up some of those. So yeah, so got some of those, and I think that was it.
Awesome.
Yeah. One thing I want to say real quick is you said how Bug was saying that they're trying to put the stands back on the website. I feel like he's been saying that for months.
Yeah, now. I know. Yeah,
that's hilarious. Yeah,
he'd be slightly killing me sometimes. He'd be like, "Okay, I'm going to do a main course for y'all," and it's like a year later.
That's hilarious. Hey,
he just is putting one out this weekend, I believe. Main course.
Oh yeah, I saw that on the Discord. I think that's sweet. Yeah, I mean, Boog does so much. He's a really cool guy. Like, he does so much stuff that I'm like, I'll be like, come on, like, where's this? And I'm like, man, he does so much other stuff. Like, he's the freaking reason we're all doing this ACB stuff. So I'm like, I'll cut them some slack. Does anybody
Right.
else have anything else they picked up or anything like that they want to talk about? We're all good?
I think we're good.
Okay, sweet. Well, next, we're going to get into our next section. It's called Screen Time. Basically, we're going to be talking about movies and all that fun news that's coming out for that kind of stuff, TV, all that exciting stuff. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep. Take it away.
All right. So I'm going to start with the biggest news, in my opinion, which is the cancellation of not only Iron Fist, but Luke Cage as well by Netflix.
Oof.
Now, you see, I wasn't surprised by Iron Fist because it wasn't all that well received in the first season. The second season was pretty decent, but not a whole lot of people watched it. So I could see why that would be canceled. But Luke Cage blew my mind when I found that out this morning. I was like, what?
Seriously.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been saying, oh, they're just going to do Heroes for Hire. I think that's plausible. And that would actually be kind of dope to me because both of the series to me had ups and downs. But I really think that's just Disney pulling stuff.
100%.
For their streaming service. I think they're like, hey, we need content. We need people to want to come give us more money than we need. So why not rip stuff off of Netflix? Why not give Loki and Scarlet Witch a show that nobody asked for?
Yeah, nobody's gonna watch. Well, here's the thing about that. It's like, I have two things. First of all, is it wrong that I wasn't really bummed? Like, I think that's in itself. Like, I was not really disappointed. I was like, oh man. Well,
right, yeah.
like, I'm not
really
I watched seriously. I watched half of both second seasons, and they were both fine. Just didn't really keep my interest. But think about it. They had Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Punisher, and Defenders. That's freaking 6 whole series. If they have to trim the fat a little bit to be able to put more time and effort into the other stuff, I think that's why Jessica Jones and Daredevil season 1s were so good, is because they were the only ones. I mean, Punisher season 1 I think was amazing too, but there's so much more time and care whenever you're not spreading yourself as thin. So I'm thinking about it like this: if they have to trim down the fat and cut those shows off, to make everything else better, I'm almost fine with it.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I think the only reason that I'm a little bummed out about Luke Cage and a little bit about Iron Fist is because we hardly see shows that are so interconnected with other shows get canceled. Mm-hmm. So for me, I'm like, I still want to see Luke. Maybe not so Danny, but I still want to see Luke, kind of running around and doing things and stuff like that, and making little cameos and appearing, on screen with other characters. So it's kind of like, what happens to those characters? I kind of there's I need this string of continuity. I need to know, well, what is Luke doing? Wouldn't Luke just come up and try and fight? This type of villain, if this villain is doing this, I don't think they would just go away. I always think too much about this type of stuff, but that's one of the reasons why I was kind of bummed out a little bit by Luke.
Well, I think with Luke Cage too, it's that's a prominent TV show about a black superhero, which is super awesome. And the fact that that's kind of going away is kind of it's not I don't think that's the reason why or anything. It's just kind of a bummer that it's something that's so inspiring for people who don't have that many black superheroes to look up to on the screen and stuff, and it's you're just taking one of the biggest ones away.
Yeah, and it really surprised me, and that's why I think it's got to be either Heroes for Hire or Disney pulling stuff for their service. I don't think they're just gonna go away because people watched Luke Cage, especially black people. My type of people. They watched it. They actually watched the show. There was actually an amount of viewers. With Iron Fist, they said that there wasn't as many people that were watching Iron Fist, especially in the second season. So that's another reason why it kind of surprised me, was because black people, if they find out there's somebody black in it, they will just watch it. But look at Black Panther. Look at Black Panther.
Yeah, seriously.
But so yeah. Luke Cage and Iron Fist, I think, was the biggest news in my opinion. Also, the new Spider-Man suit from Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yes.
I really like that. We actually got a better look at it than just the set photos on Jimmy Kimmel. Was that last night? I don't know.
No, that was
that was a week ago.
I was going to say, it's only about half a week or something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm so out of the loop with stuff sometimes, but yeah, we got a better look at it. I think it looks really good. Again, I've said it to you guys before. I really want them to pronounce the web lines more.
Yeah.
It irks me just a little bit because I don't need it to be like Raimi web lines.
No, yeah.
I really didn't feel like they pronounced it enough in the first Amazing Spider-Man suit. The second Amazing Spider-Man suit, they nailed it. I kind of want stuff like that where the web lines are kind of more pronounced. Because one of my issues with the Homecoming / Civil War suit was that I felt like it looked too cartoonish. It looked like there was too much CGI done to it. I mean, so I want it to look a little bit more real. And I think the web lines and maybe more texture would actually help that. And they added some more texture to the suit. If you look at some of the photos and stuff.
Yeah,
but I don't know what you guys thought about the suit or anything. Did you have any thoughts?
I like the suit a lot. I think it did a good job kind of being close to the one from Homecoming, so you can see the inspiration, but it's still and it looks good. And Poncho was saying, that it's kind of it kind of looks like a homage to Miles a little bit, which I can definitely see for sure. But I like the way it's going.
Yeah, they definitely have pulled a lot of Miles stuff.
Oh yeah, well look at the gloves.
I mean, not even just the suit, but just some of his story. Ned looks like Gonke. He looks.
Oh, Ned is Gonke or whatever Genki. I mean, they have the whole Lego thing and everything. I think especially with Miles, I've said this before. The gloves are exactly the same. The black with the red fingers with the black rings around them. I mean, they're super. It is super sick. I mean, I really like it a lot. I love the black. I love the eyes, obviously, but I think it's
you guys see this?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah,
that's sick. I don't really love the white outline around the symbol and stuff. I mean, it's fine. I think that it's really sick though. I saw someone speculating that it was the symbiote suit, and I laughed. I was like, that'd be hilarious.
No, please don't let that be the symbiote suit.
Yeah, the symbiotes would better be freaking dark black. Right. Although, you know what I was thinking? To kind of get a little off topic. So I know a lot of people had a problem with the Spider-Man 3 symbiote suit like I did, where it's just you can see all the web lines and it's just darker. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But a little while ago, I rewatched all through Spectacular Spider-Man, which is one of my favorite cartoons. And the way they did it in that show was when he first got it, all the web lines and stuff were still on. It was just colored black. But then as time went on and as he started getting more affected by it, and he started becoming more dark, as a person, the web lines and features of the actual suit went away. And so at the end, it was just his eyes and symbol. And I thought that was really unique because I had never noticed it before.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah, that I remember that was really sick. The lines were gray and stuff. And as he became more of the symbiote, it just went a complete black suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if they can't bring Venom in for the black suit, I still want to see the black suit on screen at some point, because one of my favorite Spider-Man storylines is Kraven's Last Hunt. So I'd love to just see him in the black suit anyway. He's just a black version. I mean, he does have, I don't know if you can pull that up, Aiden, but we did see a picture of him in the stealth suit a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It looks like it has a shield insignia on it, so it may, because Nick Fury and Maria Hill are in the movie, it may just be something that they gave him or something like that. But that looks good. But obviously, it's not the black suit I'm talking about. It looks grayish. It looks very noir inspired.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of Big Time a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh man, that would be awesome to see on screen. The Big Time suit with the green.
A big time suit. Oh my gosh. Like I said, I'm a huge Ramos / Slot fan, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my, or could you guys imagine a spin on the Future Foundation suit, the white with
just
the black?
Found this, by the way.
Dude, I've seen that before. That's such a
concept,
sick edit.
But
oh my god.
That looks great. Yeah. That looks dope.
If nobody knows what we're talking about, it's the Hey Everyone scene from Civil War, but instead of his normal suit, it's all black with the classic symbol with bright white eyes, and I would like to have the eyes be bigger, you know what I mean, to really sell the symbiote eyes.
Right.
Yeah. That might sound like a nitpick or whatever, but
or even a squint. I'm always big on that with the symbiote. I kind of like him looking meaner as far as his expression.
That's interesting.
I like him looking a little bit meaner. Hey,
almost like the Web of Shadows symbiote look, if you know what I'm talking about, where it's like his eyes are very tiny. I always like my Spider-Man eyes really big. Like that's me. Like I like the really wide ones. You know what I mean? But like I've never really thought about it that way. Like that would make sense for the symbiote suit.
Yeah. Wait, so like how do you feel about the new Marvel Legends symbiote one that's coming out in the Black Cat? Like
I'm not really big on that.
Yeah, I don't really like that look as much.
I don't like it as much. I think it still looks. I mean, I love that whole Red Goblin stuff. Like, I'm really excited for the Red Goblin. But like, I mean, I don't think the design is nearly as cool. But like, I'm excited to get it. You know what I mean? I'm excited to have another version of the symbiote. Yeah. Like, I think it looks fine. Yeah. But I don't think it's the figure's fault. I think it's the character design. Like, I don't want my Spider-Man having toes. You know? Right.
I don't really like that either. Yeah, the squinty eyes thing. My opinion on that was a criticism I had with the I think it was the Sandman wave black suited Spider-Man. I think that's what wave he was in.
Yep, it was the it was the Sandman one. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but his eyes looked like big McFarlane eyes, and I did not like that on the black suit for that figure. I want him to look like a little bit more mean. I want there to be contrast. You know, much larger contrast, I guess you could say, between the normal suit and the symbiote black suit. So I kind of like the squinty eyes. So that was one criticism I had with that figure when it came out.
I feel you on that. I love the McFarlane eyes. I love the really, like I said, I mean, like I'm a sucker for like the really big Ultimate Spider-Man eyes. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like it on his actual suit. I really like the big eyes on his normal suit, but for the symbiote, you know. I like a bit of the squint. I like the mean, really edgy look.
Yeah, for sure. I feel you.
Yeah, but I guess we pretty much.
Interesting would it be to have Tom Holland do a symbiote voice Spider-Man?
That'd be so sick. Oh my gosh.
I don't know, because I don't know how well.
I just like imagining him doing like that, like growly voice, like
I can imagine
it'd be like from Homecoming when he has like the interrogation mode or something.
Yeah, that one that cracked me up.
That'd be sick.
I'm not a little boy, man.
Well, I think he'd be more like the I don't think he'd be like the like gruff, like scary, big, like bulky guy, but I think he'd be like the creepy, like serial killer, like white kid. You know what I mean? Like that's the voice I think, like very like. Not I mean it'd obviously be deeper and scary, but it'd be like very like unhinged, you know what I mean? Like more in that regard, not just like big and have a deep voice.
Right. What's funny is with Holland and the comic version, whenever I imagine the voice of Peter when he has the symbiote suit in the comic version, I imagine he talks like a little bit growlier and stuff like that, and I see him as like a bigger presence. But with Tom Holland, whenever I think of him with a symbiote suit, I could see him just kind of like slowly picking at you, like the stuff that he says to you, slowly eats at you a little bit. Like he's not really just like it's all strength; it's more like the things that he will say to you. That's kind of what I've seen. Well, I mean, imagined, I guess you could say, whenever I think of Tom Holland in a a symbiote type thing.
Yeah. I imagine the get back here, sucker!
I knew you were gonna say something about that.
Sucker!
Chase you to the end of the earth!
the ends of the earth! Bro, that's so stupid. Oh my goodness. And some people are like, that's my Spider-Man. Like I hear Josh Keaton whenever I hear when I read Spider-Man comics, but like some people are like, dude, that performance was awesome.
No.
So, do you have anything else for screen time?
Yes, I do have quite a few things. I know we like to ramble on.
Oh, for sure. No, I was just making sure. You still had stuff.
Yeah. So there's some rumors going around for Avengers 4. There's one new rumor. I'm wondering. I'm thinking that this one might actually be true. It's that Avengers 4 may pick up 5 years after Infinity War.
I think that one's confirmed, actually. 5 years? I think that one is confirmed. Either 5 or like 10. Like I think that has been confirmed by 5 years someone.
Now here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking obviously Tony's like 99% gonna die. So I'm thinking it may be like a thing where he has a son with Pepper already. And he has to sacrifice himself and he has to leave his son and Pepper behind. So to me, it makes sense that it would be 5 years later. Now, do I want it to be 5 years later? Absolutely not. I would rather pick up right after Infinity War. I'm not really big on time jumps. I'm like, no. I want to see it pick up right where it left off. So
yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if I mind the time jump. Like, obviously everything's going to be reset to present time.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think it's just for that movie. Like, I don't know if I would prefer it, but I'm interested to see what they're going to do with it.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
As far as other rumors, it's always the toy companies that accidentally leak stuff.
Yep, but, Lego, all of them.
Since the beginning of time, that's how it's been too. Like, that's crazy.
Because they get that first access to concept and all that stuff, and then just start spewing it out real fast.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what company it is. It could be Hasbro for all I know. But there's a picture floating around of what looks like a female Iron Man armor that's purple. So a lot of people are thinking, oh, is Pepper going to put on the rescue armor? Is she somehow going to...
Yeah, rescue, yeah.
That's what also makes me think, oh, the 5-year time jump is in actuality because Pepper may be putting on that suit. Maybe she's going after him. Maybe, I'm thinking in terms of all that. But yeah,
no, for sure. I think that is confirmed too. Like, I mean, I do think that the time jump has been that's factual.
Yeah, it may very well be. Not very big on it, like I said earlier, but that just very well may be. I'm not a big fan of Gwyneth Paltrow's Pepper, so it's not that I'm really excited to see her put on the rescue armor. It's like, okay, she's always just there to me. Obviously she was prominent in the first Iron Man, but after that I felt like she was just there. Tony care about someone or else he'll look like a sociopath on screen. Let's just have some love interest or something. I've never really felt like she was all that important. I feel like that for a lot of heroes, love interests. The only love interest that I think was actually prominent in my mind was Agent Carter.
Oh, so good.
I was about to say.
She's the only one that I think people actually like, oh yes! Nobody talks about Jane Foster, really. Nobody really talks about, I don't even remember the name of...
From
Hulk,
Doctor Strange too.
Or Ross. Although I would like to see her again at some point. I feel like they've been slacking heavy on Hulk because of the rights issues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it for the Avengers 4 rumors. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for screen time. Oh, there's one more thing. I never got your guys' opinion on this, actually. What are you guys thinking about the Joker film?
Ooh, that's such a good topic to bring up.
My answer is why. Like, I mean, it looks cool, but I don't know why we're getting it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it.
Sure. I think he's so creepy. Not gonna lie, just as the little what was it, teaser we got, and then the images.
He does look kind of scary. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, he's gonna try to channel Heath Ledger, and I think he will do a pretty good job. But just the way the clown stuff is a little more psychotic, I think.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for it. Originally, I was like you, Finn. I was like, why do we even need this? But with me, I was thinking, Joker. I think you can get away with a Joker film over a Venom film, in my opinion, because Venom, the whole creation is involved with Spider-Man. But because Joker has so many different origins, I don't really think you need to have Batman in his film or anything like that. But y'all know me, I like crazy characters. So when I saw that teaser, it pretty much sold me on it. I like seeing the little projector flashes of him in the I liked seeing how he moved in the suit. Something about the way he moved, I was like, those are Joker movements. Something about the way he was dancing, I was like, you pretty much nailed the movements. I just need to hear you laugh. I need to hear your laugh to be completely sold. But I'm really liking the look. At first, I was a little turned off by it, but it grew on me. I really think it's just the red on the nose, to be honest. Because if you take that away, he pretty much just looks like Ledger with blue instead of black. Pretty much.
Yeah.
And no scars. But I actually really like the look. I don't think that's going to be the final version. I think he's going to like turn into something else possibly towards the end of the movie or something. But I'm really liking the way he moves. I like the weight that Joaquin Phoenix lost. I like how skinny he looks. He looks like he stinks. Like he looks like he smells like cigarettes.
That's hilarious.
Like, but that's how I imagine the Joker. I imagine he smells awful. Like his breath stinks. He has terrible BO.
Yeah.
You know? So Joaquin looks like he stinks in this role. So I'm actually pretty excited for it. You know me, I like crazy characters. So you give me a movie with a crazy character, I'm all for it. I like mind stuff.
Definitely. I think he can Joaquin Phoenix is an actor. I think he can do just as good as Heath Ledger or even surpass. Like, I mean, I know that sounds blasphemous, but like nobody was saying Heath Ledger was going to be good before his movie. Like nobody knows, but I think Joaquin Phoenix is a fine actor. I think he's going to be great, and I'm going to see this. Like I'm going to. Yeah. I'd much rather them either reboot or like do a solo Batman movie that's worth something. Sure. You know what I mean?
For sure.
We haven't gotten a good Batman movie since 2012 or 13.
Mm-hmm. But all I need is to hear some footage of him laughing, and then I'll know whether or not. I really hope that he does something different, because a lot of times when people think Joker, they think he sounds like this, and he kind of, I kind of hope that he does something along the lines of, I think it was John DiMaggio or something. He
did the Under the Red Hood one.
Yeah, and I think he did Dark Knight Returns too.
Dude, he is so good.
I love
He's the voice of Jake the dog.
Yeah, I love his Joker voice because he sounds more like a criminal to me, if that makes any sense. And I really like his laugh. It actually sounds
really
kind of creepy.
Also, I think you were right. I think it is John DiMaggio. I think Joe DiMaggio is the baseball player. I just realized that. But yeah, I mean, I want to hear his laugh. I think it'll be good. Although a laugh doesn't make a good movie, so I'm like, I'm concerned that it won't be. I don't really need to know Joker's origin. You know what I mean? Right, I don't need to know where this insane person came from.
Right.
But I mean, I'm more excited for this than I was for Venom. So
yeah, I am. I just do hope that his voice and his laugh sounds pretty good. I was at first kind of concerned about the quality of the movie because the director hasn't done much outside of the Hangover movies. So I'm like, can he do like a serious comic movie? But then I'm like, wait, Joaquin is in it, so he has to trust the filmmaker.
Dude, that's literally reason enough to be like, okay, this might be decent, just because Joaquin Phoenix is like, dude, this dude pretended to go insane and grow a huge beard and make a whole documentary about it.
Right? Yeah, he pretended to be a rapper or something. Like,
that was crazy.
He looks like he's having fun in it too. Especially. In those projector flashes in the teaser, it looked like he was having fun dancing around in the makeup. Yeah. If you're having fun doing it, then I think I'm pretty much confident that it may be, at the very least, a decent movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for screen time.
One more thing, actually, for screen time. And I don't know if this qualifies under the category, and I don't know if you guys even do anything with it, but the new Spider-Man video game, which has been amazing to play, the DLC for Black Cat just dropped too.
Did it drop?
Yeah, it just dropped.
Are you sure?
Finn's like, I'm gonna run and go put down.
My goodness, I'll play this like tonight. I'm ready. Oh my goodness.
I know. I didn't know. Yeah, I know. And that game is amazing. I love that game so much.
It's one of the best games I've ever played, in my opinion. Like,
I'm sadly broke that I haven't gotten the game yet.
No more saying that you're broke. We get it.
Field of like the watching it from, like, he posted that picture of Spider-Man on like the city thing, and he was like seeing all these Spider-Man screen shares and not having the game.
Yeah, I've purposely avoided all gameplay and everything. Like, no, I want to play it. A lot of times, even if I want the game, I may just watch like a whole walkthrough just because I'm bored. I have nothing else to do.
Wait, Aiden, you have a PS4?
Yeah, I do.
And then Alex, are you ever gonna get one?
The game, I want to get the game, but I've been had a PS4.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
you have a PlayStation and I didn't even know.
I just don't play it often. I play the Xbox more because my dad mostly watches the TV.
Gotcha.
Where the PS4 is, so
I don't know.
I'm trying to play it.
I don't know what kind of games y'all are into, but if you guys want to ever get on the Fortnite grind,
yes, exactly. I was already playing that today.
I haven't played a single thing of Fortnite.
Alex,
what is wrong with you?
Alex, listen to me. It's got a lot of flack because a lot of little kids like it and stuff, and it's not for everyone. But like, I will not play it by myself. But sitting down with the two of you or just with your friends and just messing around is so much fun, and it's free. So Alex, just download it on Xbox because we can all play.
With me, I'm if you know me, I'm an anti-bandwagon type person. So immediately as I saw that a bunch of people were playing it, it was becoming this popular thing. I was looking at it like, if a whole bunch of people are playing this, and I know a whole bunch of dumb people, and they're playing them, I probably this,
It's like a dumb game. Like, don't go into it expecting like there's no story. You're literally just building structures and shooting people for glowing guns. Like, but playing with friends is infinitely fun. Like, Alex, download it on your Xbox. We can all play together because Xbox and PS4 can do crossplay, and we'll all play together and have like a ShutterBugs game night.
ShutterBugs Fortnite game night.
I think it's hilarious that we're planning all this out right on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. They need to know that I'm always on the Fortnite grind.
Anyway, so that's awesome. And
and that wraps up screen time, which has been a really fun segment. Man, I'm excited about how like we've been taking our time and working through these segments because I think that's really interesting to like. There's a lot more content that like people don't get to hear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
So it's super fun. So now we're going to be getting into our next segment. Did we even do toy news?
I noticed that. I was like,
oh my gosh! Oh my goodness, y'all! I was like, wait, where's Aiden's segment? I was like, he's not in charge of the critiques. What the heck? Okay, so normally we'll go through pickups and binges, toy news, and then screen time. But we did a little bit reverse order for this first episode because I don't know how to read apparently, just as well as Aiden knows how to type. So
exactly.
Next, we'll be getting into our toy news segment. Aiden, would you like to take it away?
Of course. One other thing I want to mention is on the Discord under packages, Captain McKay just picked up the Joker for $80 at his local comic shop, Mezco.
Which Joker?
Mezco.
What?
I think it's like and I can't tell if it's the deluxe version or the regular, but yeah.
I need that deluxe for real.
Seriously, that's like the Discord. Nice. If you guys aren't on the ACBA Discord, like get on it. It's so much fun. I'm looking.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. What?
Yep.
What? And
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Get into it, bro.
All right. So toy news. Mezco cable pre-orders went up. I mean, I'm gonna start saving up, but I'm like debating if I want to get that with like the money that I save up, or I'm going another direction because like the light up feature looks cool. But like I was listening to on the ACBA podcast with Poncho and Boog, that they were saying like if that light up feature is not like if it's in just the chest plate and that's removable and there's actually like a body like the Punisher underneath, I'm gonna be so stoked. But if it's built into that torso, I'm like, no way.
And I've said this to you guys before, I really don't like the boots on him. They look too clunky, not-ish, and I'm not.
And the colors as well, like that dark.
Yeah, I don't like the blues. I don't like how it's all blue.
Yeah. And again, I was also thinking, just like the Punisher, they're going to do a lot of variations to this. They'll probably do one that works good with like their Deadpool, like a tanner color, kind of like the Marvel Legends one we got. So like, I'm like, should I get the original release or should I just go for like the one that I like when it comes out? Or not even get one at all,
Mezco, they're gonna find a way to cheese money out of everybody and do
exactly.
In San Diego.
So they're expensive. And my problem with the cable is it's like they were also saying on that podcast, the ACBA podcast, check them out on YouTube and stuff. It's they said if the guns had like a light up feature, it's game over.
Oh, game over.
Yeah, bro. Could you imagine just like a switch? Bro. And then the end of your gun is lit up,
bro. It would be so, dude. I copyright that and let the three of us figure it out before.
I had dreams of that sentence before. I'm like, man, I was like, wake up. I'm like, oh, I need guns, like light up toy guns.
We need to get on that ASAP before somebody listens to this.
So sick.
Exactly.
I mean, I love cable. I love the both Legends versions. This is like it's almost ugly to me too. Like it's not aesthetically pleasing as a figure to me, and so it's like if I'm gonna get a Mezco, it's gonna be like a good Mezco. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With me, whenever I look at that, I'm thinking, if I'm going to get it, I'm going to turn it into not just cable, but I'll use it as like a soldier or something. You know,
You have to.
I'm not going to use that as cable because I don't really. Outside of the head sculpt, I mean, if you took the head sculpt off, who would you say it was? You know, like
for sure. You think? Oh, is it a Gears of War character?
Right. Yeah. It looks like. Now that you said that, all I see is freaking Phoenix from Gears of War.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And then in other toy news, Michael Myers from Mezco dropped as well.
Speaking of good Mezcos,
right.
I want this guy. I'm sorry, I don't want to talk over anyone, but I want this figure so bad. Like, I don't even I don't like horror movies, but like I like some of the classic ones. So like I love Scream, I like Halloween. This figure is just it just looks so good, and I want it.
If Mezco makes a ghost face, it's game over.
Dude, Alex, I was just about to say that. I was just about to. Oh my!
They made a ghost face. That thing would sell out so fast.
I'm putting down whatever. I'll put down a credit card on that thing. I will sign up for whatever.
I won't even have the money, and I'll put it down
for sure.
That would be me, Aiden. Right? Yeah. Then they space, it'll be game over. Now you know me because I'm on the other end of the spectrum when it comes to affording things. I know I've said that 20 times now, but
oh really? You're broken, Alex? I didn't know.
I'm definitely going for the NECA version of Michael Myers. It actually looks pretty decent. Of course, it doesn't look as good as the Mezco, and again, it's from the new Halloween movie, so it looks slightly different. You know, as far as
more weathered.
Yeah, but I'll definitely be getting a Michael Myers at some point.
Yeah, you little horror obsessed freak.
I thought you said horror. I was oh my god, Aiden.
No, definitely said horror.
Bro, if you heard the shock of my voice, I was like, what?
Finn is shook.
I was for a second. I was like, Aiden, what the heck? Oh.
Okay, and then the New York Comic-Con Wolverine dropped that samurai one, which looks pretty good, and then the Doctor Strange as well, first appearance Doctor Strange.
Both are,
and then
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good, Alex. Keep talking.
Yeah, I was just saying both is again Mezco trying to cheese money out of people by releasing the same thing in a different colors.
I don't really want that Wolverine. I don't think they've made, in my opinion, the only good Wolverine figure they've made is the Old Man Logan. Like I don't.
And they're making one. If you guys know, they're making a younger like Logan with the short vest, like jacket, and then like it's just like the black haired classic young Logan with dog tags on him.
Yeah,
and like that's the one Mezco I'm really thinking about because like they have awesome Wolverine figures. When I saw that, I was like, is Mezco looking at Adam Smith's photos? Because it looks kind of like his bashes. They're like, every kit bash Adam does, they're like, oh, take notes, guys. Take notes on this.
Right. Yeah, but as far as the Ronin 5 Wolverine, I'm like, if I'm going to get something like that, I'm just going to go to Articulated Icons, to be honest.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not going to go for Mezco amounts of money for for
Yeah, you know? That's a line I never really got into. I missed out on the pre-orders and stuff. Alex, I know you got something.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, never really picked one up. I don't know why.
Yeah, I got a Shinobi figure, which was the blue ninja, and I'm mad that I didn't have the money. I didn't have the money to get a samurai because I'm a big Japanese history type person. So you know,
yeah, for sure. And then Marvel Legends, we got some reveals at New York Comic Con. Deadpool with the Vespa, Professor X with the hover chair, the rest of the Black Order figures. Kingpin Build-A-Figure, Gambit, Weapon X, Caliban, Jubilee, Mystique, Guardian, Wendigo, Black Cat, Red Goblin. That's just some of them.
Can we just talk about two things? One, how that Kingpin bath is going to rule the entire year that it comes out.
My God.
I'm so mad it's a bath.
Photos are going to be flooding the page of that thing.
It's going to be like Deadpool, first release, Pizza Spidey bad. Like I can't wait. So I know we're not going to talk about Daredevil till next week, but like watching season 3 has never made me want a Kingpin figure more. Like I want one so bad.
Bro, I'm actually kind of excited for the Shadow King head because I don't know if you guys watch Legion.
I do not, but I know the character.
I don't either.
But Shadow King is the main villain of Legion on the show. He looks nothing like the comic book version. But because I watched the show, I can now really want the alternate head for that as well.
Yeah.
Isn't Shadow King like a girl?
No. Well,
It's complicated.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
The first season of Legion, I will say, is like top 3 superhero show for me. Like Daredevil, Punisher, and then Legion for me. But the second season was just like they got too deep into weird. But
yeah, that's my problem getting into the first season. It's so weird. Like it's so like you don't know what's real that like I almost can't get into it. You know?
Yeah, with me and my family, we watched it, and it was so bizarre, but it kept ending on like weird cliffhangers that we just kept watching it. It was like, what the heck was that? Go to the next one. Then we figured we watched all of it, and we were like, wait, what happened? You know, the second season they got deep into that, but not to ramble on that. But yeah, I was just saying that Shadow King head looks really nice.
Yeah, and it was hilarious too when that was first revealed at San Diego. Like the minute after, you just go on eBay, Kingpin, old like Toy Biz, going up like $20, and everyone's like, "Hey, let's get rid of these while I can."
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that I did. I saw a deal for that Kingpin a while ago, but I didn't get it for some reason. I kind of wish that I got the Toy Biz Kingpin because it still looks nice to me. And CJism on Instagram, I don't think he put it out yet, but he teased like last year that he was making a suit for it, and it looked really good. Like I'll have to send that to you guys in the group chat or something. But that looked really good.
I really want to get the. I have a chance to get this. I mean, I lost a bit or whatever, but I want to get the old Toy Biz black suit Kingpin. With the angry head. Super hard.
Yes.
Super hard.
Yeah. What's great about Kingpin is I love both colors of his suits, the black and the white. I don't know why. Something about Kingpin looks dope to me. He's just like a bald white guy, a big fat.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the fact that first of all, I need to have a white suit eventually, but like. I love the fact that he's so fat, but it's because it's all muscle. Like I think
that's great.
Yeah. And then and then the last Vintage Wave is like now officially shipped from Big Bad Toy Store and is delivering. I know ShutterBugs Prime just posted a review actually because I got the notification for Vision and Scarlet Spider, and I really want to get the Scarlet Spider of all of them because of that head, because it's like it's got that blonde hair for Human Torch.
Yeah,
it'd be a good figure for that.
I was about to say that. I really want to use that for Human Torch. I really want that Vision. I really, really want that Vision.
Me too. I mean, the Vision looks amazing, and I want the Scarlet Spider. I love the old one. I actually kind of prefer the new colors. Like it almost looks like Claw's plastic. If you know what I'm talking about, like for the new one.
Yeah, for sure.
And that Ben Reilly head sculpt is a must-have for like a Johnny Storm.
For sure. Exactly. That's what I would like definitely want to do because I don't know, but Craig Warrack, 112 Shooter on Instagram, if you guys check him out, he posted a photo of of course, First Family, and he had like Craig Warrack's Human Torch head, and I don't even know what head he used, but it looks phenomenal.
Yeah, I think Craig Warwick, I think he made some actually.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, those are his. He customized and I maybe even sculpted the hair and made a line, and I hit him up and I asked, and he said he was all out and he'd keep me informed about any other ones. But
I think Marty McCusker from the group, I think he has one that he used in a photo and it's really nice. But what's bad about that is I only want the Scarlet Spider for that head. I already have the Rhino Bath Scarlet Spider.
Well, mine is my left arm has always been loose on mine.
Yeah,
like my original one. Oh, I'm seeing the photos from the 112 Shooter. No, that's really sick.
Yeah. Oh, that's
really hard. Really good head.
That's Eric Isner, I think. I don't think that.
Yeah.
I think that's his name. Yeah.
So I know there's 1/6 Shooter. Too.
That's Trevor's 1/6 Shooter.
Yeah.
And
so many shooters that are scaled.
Exactly.
Right.
What the heck?
Yeah, for sure. But the colors are good on that one, basically, and the Hawkeye.
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about the Wasp, if I want to get her or not. The Ant-Man's pretty cool because I don't have any like classic comic Ant-Man.
Oh my gosh, the Ant-Man! I have to get the Ant-Man. Out of all of them, that's what I have to. I have to get an Ant-Man. I don't own an Ant-Man figure.
I think
you don't own an Ant-Man figure at all?
I don't have one, dude. I mean, I have the black suited one from Walgreens has been sitting in my Walgreens for 5 years, but I never picked it up. I don't know why.
Yeah, y'all know which Ant-Man I have, but I think what would make me, I think what would make me get that Wasp would be getting that Ant-Man, and then be like, well, no, I have to get a Wasp.
Yeah, exactly.
So show him punching her or whatever, just
for sure.
But no, but yeah, I think that would be the only reason I would get Wasp. And that Black Panther. See, I didn't know that they were making an all-black version, so I got the Walmart pink one and I made it black, which I'm actually kind of happy that I made that one black, because I hate the Prowler claws that they gave the Black Panther in the vintage wave. They look so deformed and disgusting to me. I don't know why they chose sculpt.
I'm gonna look that up. I need to see what you're talking about, because I don't remember I know the Prowler claws, but I want to see what that looks like on his hands.
Well, like what I did with mine is I picked up also the other Walmart exclusive, the one with like kind of, it looked like the comic, it looked like the old Rocket Raccoon one. And if you switch the black, like the all black head from the pink one onto that body, it works perfectly. And I saw Adam Smith do a kit bash.
That's sick. I have both. I haven't even done that before.
Yeah. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I never got the OG looking with the blue hands and stuff. I never got that.
I'm seeing the new vintage wave one. Yeah, it's weird, and his belt looks super stupid.
Yeah, and I'm not
like saggy belt. Like, why?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the white effects either.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Why does he have white effects?
Yeah, the white effects are like
effects at all?
Supposed to make claws, but yeah, it's weird.
That's dumb.
Yeah, and then other toy news wise, we got the SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball stuff. I don't keep up on Dragon Ball that much.
I do.
Finn, do you got any news in SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball, or just Dragon Ball stuff toy wise in general?
Not a ton of news. I just know that the Roshi and the Fat Boo have been hitting like Barnes and Noble and stuff like that recently.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So, like, I found the Roshi and the Majin Vegeta there already.
Dude, Barnes and Noble, man, they're coming in clutch with some toy stuff recently.
It's just so expensive.
Yep, I was at the exchange like 2 days ago, and I bought a couple days ago, and I bought the Joker Goon. And as I was leaving, they were ready to stock up some. They had like the Roshi for $50. And they had like some of that. So they have very few imports. I actually got the SHF Naruto there like a year ago for like $15, which is insane. They never have imports that low, but like it was crazy. But then they traded in the SH Figure Arts Batman Dark Knight one and they had it on sale for $20.
Bro, that's sick.
Wow. Yeah.
I just didn't have the cash at the time, or else I would have bought it and like I don't know, did like a kit bash or something. But like, and I already had it, so.
Speaking of the Dragon Ball stuff, have you guys seen the pictures of the Mr. Satan figure that's supposed to come out? That actually looks like it jumped out of the show into plastic. It looks really great, and also the Majin Buu looks great too.
Oh, the Fat Buu is so sick. I mean, I've seen like animated heroes on Instagram, and obviously like Pancheezy or whatever his name is. Pancheezy, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm really bad at pronunciations. But Pancho's really awesome. He's a really nice guy, and he's really always helpful with like toy photo stuff. But they all would do such great shots with that guy. And then and I don't know if you had this on your things to talk about, but you guys know the Dragon Stars line?
I do not.
I don't either.
Like, the $20 like basically if Mattel did Dragon Ball figures. And they're terrible. They're not very good.
Freaking Target, GameStop.
Yep, exactly. The ones at Walgreens too. I mean, they just released photos of the. I'm gonna see. If
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they just released photos of the new wave. It had like Kid Buu, Super Saiyan 3, Goku, I think it was Gohan. They had Cell. They had a bunch of stuff, and then it was all a build-a figure for like I think Super Saiyan 4. And I don't care about any of those figures, but I kind of want to get Kid Buu just because it's like not terribly articulated, and it's $20, and I really like Kid Buu a lot.
Yeah, I contemplated actually picking up one of those Vegetas that Dragon Stars made because I only have the SS. What was it? JSS, whatever.
Yeah, the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan one, and you have a freaking Saiyan pod.
Yeah, but I don't have anyone for Goku to fight, so I may eventually just pick up one of those guys just to have Goku punching somebody. Because, I'm not a big crossover person, so it'd be like, oh, why don't you just have him fight Superman? Or, oh, why don't you have him fight Thor?
I love crossovers.
I know you do.
I love it. I'm just jealous you have that Saiyan pod. Like that thing is so sweet. And one of my favorite Dragon Ball figures I have is the Saiyan Saga Vegeta.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
I definitely want. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just saying I definitely want to get the one of the SH Figure Arts Vegetas just to do a shot with the pod.
That Majin one looks really nice, man. And it's pretty easy to find right now. Like, contemplate.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. And then other SH Figure Arts news, I know the Black Panther pack with like the terrain piece type Dio pieces dropped, and the Ant-Man and like little like ant with wings Antony pack dropped as well.
I saw
SH Figure Arts.
I saw Bug's review of that, and it was it just looked like you know.
Yeah. If you have the first one or even a Marvel Legends, it's not really a must-have.
Right, yeah. Like I have the first Marvel Legends Ant-Man from the first movie, which looked nothing like the movie design at all. I guess they had like an early concept or something, but I also have the Civil War SH Figure Arts one, and those are just good. I don't think costume accuracy and I want it to look current, but really you could just use those figures. Like it really doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, for sure. Simon Hill's a great example of photos with Ant-Man with that figure.
Bro, don't even bring him up. I can't with him, man.
And then Mayfex Gwenpool dropped. I know that who was shooting it on the page? I think it was like
Prince Draco on Instagram shot at least.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know he did. Ospa, I don't know how to say.
I think they're the same people. I think that's
they're the same.
They are. Yeah,
dude.
And then I know for Black Series, he has some amazing photos. And like I also heard this going a little off topic real fast, but like there's the people in the community, kind of like Simon and Adam, where like. And us, we're not really professional photographers, but like we're learning the ropes of photography while kind of doing this, and it kind of helps out with also regular photography. And then there's people like 1/6 Shooter and Prince Draco who like have been doing photography, and when they apply it to their toy photography, it's just a whole nother level of crazy.
Sure.
Definitely. I'm always jealous of Prince Draco's lighting. It looks so great.
So soft. It's so soft, and the colors are just insane.
Him and Michael Westman and Kitty Games, I believe.
Yes. I think Brandon D.
Michael
a lot of good stuff.
That.
Especially the animated stuff. His lighting.
Dude, Brandon's cutouts, man. Oh my god, the way he gave me a ton of cutout advice, and we talked for a while on it. But like his cutouts are crazy.
So good. He's the best. He is the best Batman the Animated Series photographer I've ever seen.
Oh, hands down. For sure.
Close second is I believe his name's Tom Green. Close second is him, I believe.
Yeah, he does as well. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and then I know Black Series had Admiral Veers, which was at Walgreens, and then I was just at Walmart yesterday when I got the Captain America Crossbones 2-pack, and they had these, and I didn't even know about it, Stormtroopers that are coming out with like black like fabric on the back. You guys know about these?
Yeah, that's from the Solo movie, I think.
Is that the Bam Troopers or whatever?
They're like super weathered, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. I only have 3 Stormtroopers, and one is original trilogy, and the 2 other ones are from the new wave of movies, and I really just need some more original trilogy looking stuff, because I have a Vader, I have a Luke, I need some space walls, you know? I really want all that stuff.
Space walls for, those things. But yeah, so like I have 2 OG, I have my cousin who's awesome, got me, because he gets a lot of the import stuff, he got the model kit Bandai Stormtrooper, who's actually a fantastic figure. I think he's like $20-$30 on Amazon. And then I have the Black Series, which works. It's the Han Solo removable helmet Stormtrooper one, disguised one, and it works as a Stormtrooper. So those are my 2 original trilogy. And the other 2 first order ones I have are like the original release, the UFN, and then the other one's like the new Last Jedi Electrocutioner Trooper or whatever, the one that like is about to cut off Rose and Finn's head, that guy. So yeah.
I also think Sand Troopers are like my favorite design.
Yes.
Stormtroopers of, and those I still have to get the ones with the dewbacks.
Same.
But like I love the Sand Trooper figures. Those are insane.
A little off topic, when Black Series first launched, and the first time I saw the original Stormtrooper Sand Trooper, I remember I thought it looked so like fancy and high end when it first came out.
Oh yeah.
Stuff. Because that was back like when I first started collecting.
Yeah.
Like 6-inch stuff. I was really big into 3/4 inch.
Yeah, same. I was just like, yeah.
But yeah, that was a little off topic, but I just thought I'd say that.
No, you're good, bro.
No, yeah, for sure. And then the last, probably biggest news in toy news is Toys R Us is kind of bounce back as, what is it, Jeffrey something? I'm forgetting the name.
Jeffrey's
right now.
Toy Box or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And so I don't know if they're just taking back the locations they had. I heard, and this is from the ACBA podcast as well, but they were saying that apparently they're like starting off in the really big places around the holiday time is when they're coming back and getting enough revenue from that, and then they're going to use it to open more stores and kind of, so like they're using that kind of holiday season, I guess, like hype to invest in like in more stores and kind of start up again.
Yeah, that actually sounds pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's also interesting because in their absence, Target, at least in my area, has really started kind of coming into the NECA, like that kind of stuff, and taking up the mantle of toys, and Barnes & Noble a little bit as well, and a little bit Walmart and the other stores, but they've really started kind of carrying that burden. So it's going to be interesting to see the shift either back to Toys R Us or how that happens. Yeah,
I'm wondering how that's going to go, actually. I've liked seeing it in Target now, seeing the NECA little section and all that, the video games and movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I got my Pennywise. So, Toys R Us, because I live in Houston, and my Toys R Us kind of went away because of Hurricane Harvey. So it kind of went away before, they closed up. So when I would go in there, they would never have, new stuff. It would always just be the same crap because nobody was going in there buying anything. So to actually go and look at new NECA stuff, like, oh, it's not the same Jason that I keep seeing every time.
Yep. And I think that's it for toy news.
Sweet. Okay, so that is wrapping up toy news. Now we're going to get into our next section. It is the hashtag ShutterBugs constructive criticism section. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm gonna repeat the title of this section. It is the ShutterBugs constructive criticism section. I can barely talk today. I was like, what the?
You're like typing.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like you with typing. It's terrible.
Exactly.
Basically, so what we do in this section, in this part of the podcast, everyone can submit a toy photo or as many as they'd like into the hashtag ShutterBugs_CC, which is constructive criticism. And if you submit a photo in there, we can pick to talk about it. Each one of us will select a photo from the hashtag and we'll talk about it, give constructive criticism, give what we like about it, what we don't like about it, what we would change, any tips, helpful stuff, fun stuff like that. And then after that, we're going to get into our favorite photos of the week from our feeds. So like anyone that we're following or is following us, we can talk about that. Would anybody like to get started with their photo that they chose for constructive critiques?
I have mine actually just ready to go, and then I'll actually share it.
Alex, then you want to go after Aiden?
Yeah, I can go after him. Yeah,
sweet. Let's
go.
All right,
cool. All right, so mine's right here. Boom. This photo is by. Hold on, that Geek Bob. Shout out to you. And there's a lot of things I really think he did great about this photo. The cutout is perfect. It's pretty much parallel with the frame of the camera. I love the blaster effects. They look really good, the way Vader's deflecting them. I also love the screaming face on the Rebel Trooper. That just completely sells like the terror that's happening. Mm-hmm. And so I think this was a really well done photo. I think the Stormtroopers poses in the back are a little lackluster. They could maybe be a little more like kind of, I guess, dynamic maybe. True. And like that's kind of the one thing that kind of sticks out to me. And also, the lighting's a little hot in the back right corner of the blue, but I think it also sells the illusion of the sky a lot. And maybe just some clouds in the sky could help, or maybe a little bit of a warm light to maybe mimic some sunlight, and maybe like, I'm trying to think of the name of the light, but like an upper to the left light, I guess, that's more a little on Vader to kind of convey a little more sunlight instead of just all kind of heat in the back. But I really like the way this photo occurred. One other actually little thing is, the tree upmost to the right, that's between the two rebel soldiers, the white light's coming from the right side, so it looks a little more like the sun is like on the lower right and not up in the sky. So that kind of like doesn't sell the illusion that well, but I think the photo's great, and he definitely did a great job. With this photo.
Yeah, I think it looks great too. Looking at it, I really like the expression of the stormtrooper. I think that's great.
Is that the bullseye head?
I think that is the bullseye head, and I've used that before.
And that's such a smart move.
Yeah,
I didn't even think of that.
I've used that in the Jason shots I've done, and some shots where he's just getting shot or something. But I really like this. You know me with trees and stuff in the background. You know me, Finn. I've been getting about getting some twigs or something. Yes. The only thing that I'm noticing is I don't really think the effects are lit up enough for my taste.
That's true. That's true.
I feel like they should be brighter. And even the cutout, I even think the cutout could pop just a little bit more. I think it's a taste too dark.
It's very backlit too, which I mean, I think the hotness is cool. I mean, I turn it down a little bit, maybe raise up the lights, like you said, but it's kind of uneven, like the lighting.
Yeah.
And
also the thing about it is the backlight looks good, and he could completely keep that, and just maybe invest in one more light for like a top light, like you guys were saying, that'd really help illuminate the cutouts, both the effects and the speech bubble, and also just sell the illusion. And one other thing I just realized is there's no lightsaber present, and he doesn't have to be holding one, but in terms of it on his belt, that I kind of puts it off for me a little bit. But like, if you don't have one, it still is a great photo no matter what.
Go ahead, Finn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love for myself, I love the dio. I mean, it is really solid. The rocks, the trees, the polyfill, everything looks really good.
Yes.
My one big thing is maybe contain everything a little bit more. Like, you're seeing the tops of the rebel soldiers' heads being cut off. You know what I mean? So maybe get a different angle where you're kind of viewing a little bit more down, just a tiny bit, where it's like, oh, I see it now. Yeah. But like the stormtrooper on, what do you call it? The rebel soldier on the left, like the top of his head just a little bit cut off. Like the arm of the right soldier's arm is cut off. Like, it doesn't have to be all in there, but it kind of looks a little bit more like cropped and contained when it's like everything's kind of present and you're not getting limbs cut off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I will say kudos to him, because I find this Vader figure to be very hard to shoot.
Yeah.
Because I shoot very dark looking scenes, and because I don't have space walls and stuff like that, a lot of times I just have a hard time getting some of the details right, trying to light him up, like his helmet, and stuff like that. It becomes very difficult for me, and that's why I probably shot him like maybe 3 or 4 times on my or posted shots anyway on my Instagram of him. So I would say kudos to him for making this figure look good, lighting him up well. You can see the details in his costume, armor, whatever you want to call it, and his helmet.
Definitely. And I love the blues for the sky.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just have the lights just up a little bit more. I think that'd be like a perfect sky.
Yeah,
like it looks like a Diego Carlos sky. You know what I'm talking about? Or like a Simon Hill. Like, it looks really good.
Yeah. And also,
go ahead.
Oh, okay. One other kudos is that the arms on the soldier firing at Vader together on the blaster is a really hard thing to accomplish with Black Series in general, because their articulation, but a figure overall, that's a really hard thing to get both guns or both hands on a gun.
And the hands on his neck.
Yeah,
exactly. On the guy's neck.
Yeah.
So he did a good job posing as well on the rebel soldiers.
Yeah, I think this is a really great shot. I love the dio. I love the rocks and the greenery here and stuff like that, and some of the stuff kind of in the forefront of the camera. I would say that maybe, the blue looks really great, but I would think that maybe something that looked a little bit more green would work also to kind of sell the effect.
Yeah.
It's a forest, like maybe this is Endor or something like that.
Yeah. Or even like he could even go, and doesn't have to be completely realistic, with like a yellow or an orange to contrast the white of the stormtroopers and the blue of the rebel soldiers, like a lot of other people do. Get that going on
for sure.
Yeah, the stormtrooper on the very right does blend in a taste. Yeah. He's kind of being washed out a bit by the white, but I mean that's a hard thing to keep control of, in my opinion. Especially me. I really like it when the background is lit up enough to the point that it looks like you can't touch it. So I think that's a hard thing to accomplish, as well as trying to keep the stormtroopers,
and the shadows of the trees and a lot of
I think we can all agree this is a really good shot too. I think they did a really good job.
Yeah, I think this is a great shot, framing and everything, and I think just little adjustments like that will take this over the edge for sure.
Definitely.
All right, you guys want to get into the next shot?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I'll get into mine. If you go to the hashtag, which is again hashtag ShutterBugs_CC, you will see a shot by cap.lives on Instagram, and I actually really like this shot. I don't know if you guys have it pulled up or anything.
Yep, I'm looking at it.
But
I am as well.
He's kind of got, these four characters sort of looking down on the building. I really like it. I like the poses. I think the poses are really nice. I also like the color of the background. I think he could have chose something more blue, but I understand kind of why he chose something more pink because, Cap is very blue, obviously.
Yeah.
I think he probably would have, fought with the blue color in the background. But my big thing with this is I think it's a taste too bright on the characters, in my opinion. There's some hot spots here and there. But also, I think I don't know what the size of the dio is, but I think he could have pulled back a little bit. I think it's a taste too close, in my opinion. I think you could have pulled back the frame, just a little bit, so that way it kind of breathes a little bit more. I feel like it's very tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a strong feeling that this is a pre-made dio that comes with like a playset. Just by the look of the bricks and the paint, that looks more like plastic. So he could have had limited room, which I understand. But I think the main thing for me, and this is not really something he could control because it happened to my Pizza Spidey as well on the unmasked head. But the lines on the head, there's paint weathering. So I guess that kind of defeats like the effect a little bit of him kind of being Spider-Man, and I guess it shows a good some good battle damage, but it's just that that's a minor thing for me. But I think the posing is definitely solid on like the feet for Wolverine and Cap and their poses, and getting Spider-Man's feet both planted on the ground with the fists both touching the ground. I know I've had some experience doing that pose on a post of mine, and it's not easy to do, so props to you for that. Definitely. And I love Mockingjays pose and like how she's kind of not facing the camera but her head, and I definitely like that for sure.
I was just about to say that too, because I really like, one thing I hate about female Marvel Legends hair is that it looks way too stiff, and I feel like this actually doesn't look like it's floating. Even though she's down a little bit, it looks like it's actually falling on her shoulders a taste. So I really like this.
Yeah, one thing I would adjust personally is I think that the poses were all solid. I love Spider-Man's pose, so awesome. And I think every pose that's on there is good, but I would like to see some variation between Cap and Wolverine because they're both solid poses, but like since Wolverine's doing that, I think his makes sense, but like maybe have Cap like turned like opposite to Mockingbird, so like his chest is towards the right and he's looking to the left.
That's the pose I had in my mind.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? So it's not just like it's not like so symmetrical where it's like both of them have their left legs up. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it looks cool.
If you aren't even to go that far, I'd say just switch the leg on Cap.
Oh, yeah, sure. That could work too.
Yeah, even if you're not going that far as to doing a totally different
just to add some variation, because it looks more like he posed Wolverine and was like, oh, that looks so good. Let's like try to get it on Cap as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did he do a kit bash with the Cap? Are those the Marvel Now legs?
I was gonna say, what are the legs?
I think those are the Marvel Now from the Cap Winter Soldier wave.
Which actually looks pretty good in my opinion.
Actually, they are. The boots are different. I just looked at my Cap.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that at first, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think pulling back a little bit, maybe choosing a different color for the background would be good. Dimming the lighting or diffusing the lighting a taste on the characters would help. And I also think that maybe, I don't know, you guys know me in background stuff. I think you could probably print something out that could kind of look like maybe a skyline.
Monitor, maybe TV, yeah.
Say that, like a monitor, if you have one. I'm not saying everybody has, Simon type stuff, but just,
freaking Simon.
Try to sort of add,
For sure. Yep. I think we all can agree, like, a lot of the stuff is really good. Maybe just, like you said, pulling back maybe a different color or just adjusting the hues a little bit because everything's so pink.
Yeah. Yeah, white balance is your friend. If you're shooting on a camera, you could really get some cool white balance, different hues of white in here and change it up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do any of that because I shoot on the phone, but...
You do?
Yeah.
What phone do you shoot on?
iPhone 10 or X, whatever you want to call it.
Really?
Yeah, wow. I've been shooting on the phone since I started, yeah.
What about you, Finn? Or do you shoot on a phone or a camera?
Oh, I shoot on a camera, man. I use the I have had a DSLR for like a couple years, like 4 years, I think.
Yeah, same.
I use the Canon T3i Rebel, but I'm upgrading hopefully soon, so that's gonna be really fun.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to get a camera at some point, but yeah.
So I could not. You are a great example of how, because some artists are like, I can't shoot on my phone, it's too hard. This is why my photos look like this. And you're a prime example of an artist that can say, hey, I shoot on a phone. They can look like this.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I try my best with it. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Finn, want to get into yours?
Sure. Mine is by, I think I'm pronouncing it right, Geeky Fresh, but like the E's are all 3s. So it's Geeky Fresh. He put this in the tag. Go follow all these people. Like I said, we'll put it in the description. It'll be sick.
Yeah, for sure.
But so he did a shot of a bunch of Hydra soldiers, which Hydra soldiers like my fave. I love them. So I love it. They're all fighting Genji from Overwatch, which is a super solid figure. And they're basically like in some type of just like diorama. It looks like a tree and some stone behind them and stuff. This shot has a lot going for it. Then there's also some things I would tweak. First off, how I said with the wood shot, pulling back and getting every figure in the frame is super important. Yeah. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have figures out of frame, because one thing that I like to do, say I only have 4 figures, I'll put 2 in the frame right next to Genji and then 2 close to the camera, like how he did, which will get cut off, and that's totally fine. But if they're near the camera, they're normally just like, you normally just see their legs and stuff like that. I feel like
exactly, hands with like weapons in them and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, I feel like there's just parts of the poses that I'm missing, so I'm not really understanding completely what's happening. That's one thing. And then also, I'd say keep Genji completely in frame. Like, the shot is about Genji, so I want to be able to see his weapon and see his head and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I've seen a few of his photos before. He's used the tag quite a lot. And I actually follow him. I actually like some of his work, but one thing I do notice is that a lot of his action shots feel a little tight to me, and that's kind of what I'm seeing here, where like I feel like I need a little bit more room to breathe. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah. So no, I feel it as well.
I mean, that could also work in his favor, like, because it's supposed to be a tight fight scene. But for me personally, I feel like it could be a little bit wider spread as far as.
I completely agree.
Having a lot of figures in a frame in a shot is not bad, but if everything's visible and you like frame it properly, but if you have even 2 figures in a shot, but like you can't see all of them, then everything just feels cramped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and especially for these back to right and left Hydra goons, I feel like some artists, including me, I've done this sometimes. Like we try to kind of like maybe put a goon or 2 out of frame with like guns in their hands to show like it's about to be a fight or something. But the pose on the left and right Hydra goons look like they're supposed to be in frame, like the knife's barely showing, and you can tell it's a pretty good pose. But we can't really see what's going on, especially with the guy with the right all the way on the right in the yellow vest. Like it's really hard to tell what's happening. Is he going for like ducking for cover, like going behind the guy? So like I think a little bit of the action's kind of lost in translation with the really tight crop on this. And then another thing, and I didn't know this when I first started ACBA, is it looks like in the very back, the backdrop is construction paper, which is fine, but it doesn't pick up light as well as poster paper does, and that's, again, cheap at dollar stores, so we could get that and maybe brighten up the back light to kind of match the really bright white light.
Yeah, I would just say brightening up everything, just like and decreasing the shadows. I don't know if you guys, I use Lightroom just to increase or decrease certain things, not really Photoshop, but like adjust colors. I would a little bit decrease the shadows, just a little bit, increase the light on the blue to make it more like sky, like you said. I really like the pose on the Hydra Goon on the ground. I really like that a lot, and I really like Genji's pose too. I think the diorama looks really good. So like this shot has a lot going for it. Just keep everything in frame, like I've said on the other ones. Add more light and just like be wary of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You guys have any other thoughts on this shot?
No, I think we pretty much summed it up for me.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, well then after this, we can get into our favorite shots of the week. Who went first last time?
I have no idea.
Okay, so who wants to go first?
I guess I can go first.
Okay.
So this photo is by 796 Studios. He's a dope guy, by the way. He's a great dial builder. He's really cool. He's really nice, and he actually takes really dope photos. But I don't know if you guys haven't pulled it up, but it's a shot of the I think it's the SH Figure Arts Tony Stark.
Oh yeah, I love the shot so much.
In the background. Now I really like the way the background is lit up. You know me, I like
lighting so on point.
I really like the lighting on this. I really like also. With me, I'm not very big on characters that are very blurred out in the background, because sometimes I feel like it's kind of like, well, I know who that is, but at the same time, it's like I can't really see them all that well, you know?
Yeah, like I want to see them. Yeah.
But with this, it's like Thanos. You can tell that it's Thanos, and he kind of looks threatening, but we're dialed in on Tony. Like it's actually a moment where he's injured. And stuff like that, but you can still tell like that's obviously Thanos standing back there and he's looking at him. I think it also shows his size very well, and I love the bio pieces in the background. It looks great to me. I definitely want to get a dio made by him at some point. But this shot is great to me. I think the lighting's very well done.
Love the pose on Tony too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He really actually looks like he's tuckered out. He's injured. He's tired.
Tuckered out.
Yeah.
Tuckered out.
For sure. That's sweet.
Yeah.
I love that.
I really
and I love the contrast between the soft light of the background in the back and the harsh light, which I think this is one of a really good example of where harsh light works, because it reflects with the metallic armor of Tony really well in the foreground versus like the soft background light on Thanos, especially as well in the background.
Yeah, but I really like the shot. I really love the colors of the background. I think he found a way to balance the hues and stuff well that actually looks really good. Sometimes, like, I don't know if you guys saw my Captain America shot where he was jumping out of the helicopter. I used the glass technique, but I didn't really like how orange all of that looked like. It seemed really intense, but the lighting seems to balance all the colors out very well.
For sure. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
1000%. Okay. Aiden, you want to get into yours, bro?
Okay, yeah, sure. So, again, I'll share it on the screen real fast because that's just the easiest way for me.
Yeah, how do you do that? What the heck is that?
Yeah. So you press like the button to your left. It's a green like screen with an arrow, and it presents to everyone what's on your laptop or whatever you're doing, and then it screen shares it. So there's of course, the one and only man, Simon Hill, who freaking, oh my god, dude, this man's wild. I don't know how he does this every time, but like this shot is just the prime example of a good, just clean cropped and contained, the pose, just the dial pieces, like the AC vent and the lighting. Yeah, on the outside and the inside, how like the contrast, that orangish hue of whatever he's using as the silhouette, and then on the outside, the greenish blue lights of the street with like that kind of bright white light in the left corner that's like just kind of showing probably like a street light. I just like love the little attention to detail, and I think it's such a good yet simple and effective shot.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, I love this shot. I love his work. I always catch myself trying to beat him too much, and then I kind of calm down, like, okay, like, don't rush things. But I really like the lighting. I really love the colors. I don't really have a problem with any of this, actually. I just really like it. I know I just like to critique things immediately, but I really like this shot. I think it looks really great.
Yeah, definitely.
The lighting in the window
so appealing to the eye.
Yeah,
it feels just like your shot too, with like that back like orangish light. It's just such a simple, like, tranquil scene inside, and then like the blue and green hue outside just makes it really pop.
Oh yeah, well, it's such a good choice of colors. How the contrast of the orange like inside mixed with like the blues and greens, like it's beautiful. I love it. I love the choice of colors and stuff like that.
Yeah, the angle on the frame, it really looks like he's actually just hanging on the wall there. Even though he's probably just sitting flat on his desk, but I really love the angle. I really need to get some dios that look like the outside of buildings, because I really want to do shots like this where it's just chilling with some great colorful lighting and stuff like that. You know me, I really like colors on certain setups and stuff. So this looks great.
Yeah, we know you, Alex. Don't worry, we know you.
We know you. And and then one more section, just real like for off topic. Finn, we're gonna get into yours. I kind of want to talk about our dio stuff after this, just a little bit.
Sure.
Before we start wrapping, but Finn, let's get into your stuff.
Definitely. Okay, so I'm gonna put mine on the screen. How I do this? Let me try it. Hold on. Screen share.
Green laptop. Yep, there you go. You had it.
Okay.
You gotta click present to everyone in the top.
Okay.
It should go on. Yep. Okay, now it's on my screen, I think.
Okay. Do I see it now?
No.
Yes. Or I did. You have to click the present to everyone on the screen. Otherwise, it's just gonna show up when you're talking.
Wait, where's the present to everyone? I'm sorry. We're figuring this out right now.
Very top. Around there. When you're on your Google Hangouts thing.
I can see it. I can see it now.
Maybe I can. Oh, I can see it now. I just gotta click your name. We're good.
Can you see it now?
I can see it now. I just had to click your name.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Okay. Can you guys see what's on my screen now?
Oh wait, no, not anymore.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't care anymore. Screw the freaking share your screen.
It's fine.
Basically, I picked the shot that's really recent. I'm not sure exactly what day it is.
Oh, mine's 2 hours ago.
Recent. Like 3 hours ago. It's by Bear Trap, so bear_trap. It's the shot of Jason. He's like outdoors. There's a bunch of fog behind him, greens, everything. Everything about this shot is like so appealing. Like you can even see the little water on the droplets on Jason. Like I think he probably used atmosphere aerosol or whatever, but like the fog in the background, everything about like the framing is perfect. I love the deep greens, like the colors. Oh, it's so good. I just love it. I love Jason's pose. I mean, I think the light's hitting him just perfectly. I think it's great.
Yeah, it looks really eerie too, and that's one thing that I really like. The location, it kind of creeps me out more so than the figure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, something about the figure right now. I don't know why he looks like he has no neck. That might just be the figure. That has nothing to do with the shot.
Yeah, for sure.
I really like the location. It looks mint.
And this is also a great example of backlight working effectively because he also has a top light shining on Jason, whether it's natural light or it's his own studio light.
Yeah.
It's a great example of the backlight hitting that like tree branch to his left and like making it seem like it's actually coming from above rather than like underneath and like showing more of like a natural sunshine and like eerie look like you guys were saying.
For sure. Well, Bear Trap's lighting and colors are always perfect. Like he's one of my favorite artists who does this stuff. I mean, it's like his Michael Myers shot from a couple of days ago or whatever, with Judith Myers' grave. Like it's just the way he does depth of field stuff. Like it must be at like 1.4 or something. Like it's crazy for that shot. I love it. I love all the stuff he does for sure. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I think the colors. I think nailing like the correct colors. I'm even still trying to learn some of that stuff, but like I think he uses the rule of thirds really effectively too. Like. Everything about it's perfect. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right.
You said you wanted to get into Dio stuff before we sign off?
Yeah, because I'm just curious because being like a collector and an artist as like a younger person, this is kind of the reason I really want to start this podcast is like to talk about it from our perspective because we're younger like cats, doing this and collecting and stuff. Like Alex was saying, a lot more broke than the people that have really for sure jobs. And so I just was wondering, Finn, do you make your pieces? Alex, do you make your pieces? Do you buy them? Like that kind of stuff.
It's a good question. I mean, I started making them all. I still make them all. I do like, I'll get squares pretty much of foam and then like paint them like that. So they're kind of like modules. So I can like combine like and use different ones for different things. I started making them. I haven't made one in a while. I really need to because I feel like I've really improved in a lot of that stuff. But then I have a rooftop dial. It's like my two big dials, like a rooftop and a like almost like a warehouse like thing that has like a door and like a big metal grate kind of thing. It's really sick. I got both of those from @ThirdsWorld on Instagram. It's like instead of the I, it's the 3. But he hooked me up with both of those and they're super awesome. But mostly I just make like walls and then like make little bricks and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. With me, I want to, but I haven't really started making anything. When I first joined the group, I used to have these 2 pieces of thin cardboard with papers I got from Michael's on them. It looked horrible.
I remember those.
They were always crooked. And it was horrible. But the dial that I use, pretty much the only dial that I use is one I got from a guy on Instagram called Toyographer. He made a little like apartment complex, some apartment walls and stuff. I've been using that a bunch. But the only other setups I do is either that or I'll sometimes put trees and stuff, and I'll make like a forest and stuff like that. Just recently, I found something that I cut up to kind of make it look like a chain link sort of fence or whatever that I used in a Punisher shot I just recently posted. But yeah, I really want to start making some of my own stuff. Obviously, it's not going to be that good. You know, I want to make some rocks and stuff, like even the shot I talked about by 796 Studios, you know, the big pointing sort of rock-like things. I want to make stuff like that because I think that would be easy to make, and that would help me just sort of use the same stuff over and over again. That's been an issue I've been having with a lot of my shots, is that, well, I mean, I'm using the same stuff, so it looks like they're in the same place. You know, I've tried different types of backgrounds. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the bullseye shot I did with the sort of plastic around him, and he was using a saw. You know, I've been trying different stuff like that, looking at other people's stuff to see what's doable. But
Alex, one thing I suggest, two things. I'm glad you kind of moved away from the what was the subway terminal thing called?
Yeah,
the stream sets.
Yeah, the extreme sets.
You do a great job to that. It's just so much of one thing. I mean, obviously, like, you know, but like you stepped away from it, and I think going back to that every once in a while is not bad at all. And I think I would love to see you do what you did with your Scorpion photos and like your Kratos photos, like darkroom stuff. Yeah, I think you could really get into some really deep blacks. I think those would look really sick.
Yeah, the reason I haven't done the extreme set stuff is because I've tried to go back to them with certain setups, but a lot of times the light hits it the wrong way, and that kind of irritates me a little bit. But also it's because for me, there's only so much that seems feasible to do in a subway that it kind of, you know, I feel like people have used it so much that I feel like the ideas have been taken a little bit. And I'm not big on just people fighting in a subway station because I think that's a little too easy. But there's other ones that I have, like a sewer that I've used before. The bullseye shot that I did where he was throwing the card through the guy's head, that was one setup.
Dude, that's like your best shot too.
Yeah, I haven't been able to match that, which is crazy because, you know, I've told you this before, Finn, that I didn't feel like that was all that great of a shot.
That's
how
it is, man. That's how it always is. You're always here's how it is with me. Every time I'm like, this shot's all right, but I think some people like it, so I guess I'll post it anyways. That shot like blows up. Then I'm like, but the shots that I'm like, dude, I'm so excited about this. This is gonna be amazing. Like, it gets no love.
Yeah, but I definitely want to do more deep black stuff as well. It's just sometimes I feel like the better I get, the lazier some stuff I used to do seems. Yeah. So a lot of the deep black stuff, I feel like, but you just sat a figure in front of it. Like, not a whole lot of people are going to want to see that. You know, I always get into my head a little bit too much with certain
stuff. That, but then again, like, if you have just a plain color, like, if you pose and, like, orchestrate the figure really well, it helps the figure really stand out and stuff like that. Yeah, I think... Oh, sorry, what were you about to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, but yeah, I have kind of creeped back to that stuff, like the Pennywise shot I did where it was just a white hot background with the streaks and color and stuff like that. I've tried going back to that type stuff.
Or even like that, like Tony Stark shot you did where it was like, had all the Hall of Armor where you're like working on the hand or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? That one? Yeah. I'd love to see you try stuff like that. I think my favorite shots you've done are actually the Black Bolt one where he's screaming.
Yeah.
That's so underrated. Like, that one did not get enough love. I love that shot.
Yeah, again, that was one. A lot of times I think the stuff that I'm really excited about, I can't even speak. I'm like Aiden.
You're good.
The stuff I'm really excited about takes more work, and then I post it. Not a lot of people like it, but then I do stuff like the Black Bolt shot or the Bullseye shot where it was like literally 2 seconds, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, what is this? I'm like, what? You know.
So good.
Yeah, exactly.
The shot that blew up in the group that I was actually really excited about was the first one that I had blow up, which was Bullseye hitting the guy with the bat.
Yeah.
The bloody bat. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first one that I was actually really excited about, and it did blow up a bit. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to creep back to some of my older stuff. I've been looking. Just the other day, I was looking at some of my older shots, and I was thinking, man, first off, I used to have so much more fun with this hobby than I do now.
Oh, that's sad. Why not do more?
I mean, I do have a ton of fun with it, but it's just back then I didn't know any better. So somebody wasn't touching the ground or anything. I was just doing it.
Gotcha.
There's a part of me that just wants to just do it again. You know, I did a lot more action, and that was because some of the poses weren't as refined, but the lighting was pretty decent. You know, I want to do more action stuff, but it takes a lot more time. I feel like I need more practice in those areas. But yeah, not to get away from the Dio discussion, but
No,
yeah, I'm hoping to creep back to that type.
Yeah.
Stuff.
How about you, man?
I make everything. Well, like, okay, Hobby Lobby, I get like kitchen stuff, and like the couch stuff. But other than that, like wall wise, like I try to make everything. And I think I have a bad habit of getting really excited. So like, let's say I see like a Simon Hill photo and he's using like these like grungy wallpaper pieces. I'm like, oh my God, I need wallpaper walls. So like dio wise, I don't make a lot of dioramas per se, but like I make a lot of pieces. So like a lot of walls with like wallpaper, hardwood floors, like concrete stuff that don't really go to a certain dio that are just like Finn said, modular, that kind of can be flexed in and out to like work. So yeah, so I try to get as much as I can like done, and I'm getting better with the brick, I think, now, and I haven't done a brick piece in a little bit, and because they also take so much time. But interior is mainly what I've been trying to kind of build my hand at, like you guys probably saw the kitchen stuff that I got from Hobby Lobby, and then the wallpaper I made with just some foam, and then like the table I used, I made out of just some balsa wood, and I made that night because I was just like, I need a table. And like, as you guys know, a lot of like the really good tables everyone has, like the desks come with like the Diamond Select figures, and I just don't see myself like kind of right now buying like a $30 figure for just like the table. So I just kind of threw together some wood pieces that I had around and made a table, and it works fine. And so yeah, so I just kind of try to do that. And again, being younger, it's like harder to make a lot of the diorama pieces. So that's why I was wondering what you guys did. Oh, and then like prop wise, I try to do that again, the same. So like cardboard boxes, newspapers, money, I try to make. And the same with like, I made a dumpster like a couple weeks ago and a chain link fence just out of some gutter mesh. And I like them a lot. I just haven't really had the opportunity to use them, but yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would have to like hit you up on like how to make the boxes and stuff, because I really need something. I'll be looking at Bugs photos, and it'll just be a black background, but he has props that just fill it up.
Yeah, so everywhere.
It'll just be a box or a crate or something. I'm like, I need a box and a crate.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Right? Like the crates and like just, I mean. Let me see if I can pull it up real fast just to talk about it. But the Punisher, I'm pretty sure you guys know the one, but the Punisher photo he did of like him in the in just like the house with all the guns on the table.
Oh yeah, dude, that's classic, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, all like just like the crates underneath and just everything he has in that shot is insane. And it's just, there's so much stuff. And it's like, it's all, and like, it's not, there's also a level of, I have it on my screen now. There's also like a level of too much you can put in a shot if you're like really excited about props, but he does it really effectively and really well to the degree of that. Let me see. Okay. I think I did. Where is it? There.
Oh, so
can you guys see it?
Yeah. I freaking love that shot. That was actually one of the inspirations for the shot I posted last night. I don't know if you guys saw that. With Daredevil coming in.
Yeah.
Now
I love that shot.
That shot, I wish I could have done a few things better, but yeah, on the Dio discussion, Aiden, you were actually one of the people that has been kind of making me want to make my own stuff, because the shot you did with Mary Jane and Venom,
that shot's awesome.
Yeah, I saw the seaside for that shot, and I was like, oh, that looks so. When you look at the photo, you think, oh, he's probably got some sort of whole dollhouse setup that he uses for this. But when you look at the seaside, it's like, oh, dude, I could probably make something like that,
Yeah,
and it's amazing.
Yeah, because I just had, I mean, my hardwood floor is not amazing because it was just an experiment piece I did a while ago. But, I mean, just like the prop-wise, I mean, the Spider-Man mask was from like a Marvel Select figure, the same with the camera. And just like the little stuff, which I like doing is like kind of concentrating like the small quantities I have into like a small area. And then Boog does it where it's on a grander scale because he has more dial pieces. And then I like don't have as many pieces. So I try to kind of like take it a little more, I guess, cropped a little more. But hopefully try to like showcase a little more like pieces.
For sure.
And one thing I will say about both Boog and Adam, one thing, I don't know if it's just because I'm using a phone, but I love the way they frame their shots.
Yeah, same.
I don't want to frame it like them because, like, for instance, the shot I took last night, there was things all over the table in front of Frank, right? A lot of times, because I tilt my phone up a little bit to kind of help with depth, I can't, get all the things that are on the table in view. you're kind of looking at it from the side a little bit at a lower level. A lot of times I want you to see the top of the table a little bit, like in Boog's photo or Adam's photo that he did with Punisher, sitting at a table as well. And I just really want to like look at like, okay, but like, how are you framing? Is it just my phone, or is it something that I can actually accomplish?
Yeah, I completely feel you there for sure.
Definitely. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up our Dio segment. You guys have anything else you guys want to talk about? Say it on the Dio stuff.
No, I think we're
good. Yeah,
awesome.
Covered it.
Definitely. This has been a really fun time, guys. I thank you guys so much for joining us, everyone who's been listening. Yep. Thank you all so much for joining us for the episode 1 of the ShutterBugs Podcast. I want to thank my co-hosts Alex and Aiden. It's been so much fun.
Of course.
Yeah.
You guys have anything you want to plug real fast, just to wrap it up?
I haven't plugged me. I'm at FinnAiden on Instagram, so it's at FINNAIDAN. On Instagram, I post a lot of fun stuff like that. You guys?
I'm at Alex N. Richardson. I said that earlier. That's pretty much on Instagram. Yeah, that's pretty much the only place you can find me. I don't really do anything else.
Yeah. And then for me, I'm at A1_Groundwalker. Again, one of these podcasts, I'll have to explain the origin behind that name, but it's not even that one. But and then on YouTube, this is already on YouTube, I guess, and then the edited version will go on YouTube as well. And then we'll be making a SoundCloud account shortly called ShutterBugs.
Yep, and hopefully we'll get this thing on
Apple Podcasts as well.
Yep, exactly.
And another thing I will plug, go follow the ShutterBugs IG account. It's at ShutterBugs Podcast. There, you'll see people that we've critiqued and featured. We'll be posting about them as well, and we'll also post updates on when a new episode is out. So yeah, go follow that.
Yeah, for sure. Yep, and we're always trying to post like stuff on our stories about using the hashtag. So if you want to have your photos shouted out, posted other places, and critiqued and stuff like that, tag them. Reach out to us. It's gonna be super fun. I'm excited to see where this stuff is gonna go. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yep. But for the rest of the night, pretty much, we'll see you all next week. But until then, keep taking good toy pics and be good people. Have a good night, guys.